Peace. What's good, y'all? Come one, come all. We about to build. A1 Drizzy, what's good? Connie Smith and Gate, what's good? Yeah. We about to get into it today. Black Dynamite, I see you. Make sure you click that like button upon entering. We're going to try to save the babies for real today. You heard? Henry Sedillo, what's good? Appreciate you joining us. I got a distinguished panel of guests today. Okay, Peace God from Detroit, FDA Convo, I see you. Master Divine of Law, peace to the God. Joseph Sanchez, peace. East New York in the house. Go! All right. What's good, people? Charlie says, shout out to .x. Yes, sir. Reggie Brown said, peace from Opelika, Alabama. Okay. That sound like y'all, Opelika, that sound like y'all might have just got internet over there. That sound like some backwoods type of shit. Well, listen, welcome back to the God Pod with Lord Jamar. I am Lord Jamar. Peace to everybody. Peace to all my mods and all that shit. Said track is fire. Thank you, bro. You know what I do. You know what I do with these tracks. Devin McCrory, thank you. He said, peace, Lord Jamar. Thanks for shining light on this positive movement. Save the babies. True indeed. Thank you, Devin McCrory. I appreciate you. Yeah, I heard about Ghostface Son. We ain't getting into that shit right now. That's some other shit. Anyway, listen. So recently, if you haven't been under a rock, you're probably aware that friend to the show and our brother that's been here before, my man Hocus 4/5, started a Drop the Flag challenge in which he challenged basically gang members to drop their flag, renounce being in the gang, and saying, hey, I want to move towards positivity. I don't want to be out here destroying my own brothers and sisters in the name of a color or some sort of affiliation. And I thought it was great, you know. I probably should have hit him up sooner about it, but I just did the knowledge like everybody else, and I saw the momentum come in, and then I saw some corny shit happen where, you know, fucking white boy came in the hood and tried to act like it was some bullshit, like because his whole platform seems to feed off of that energy, and it seemed like what Hocus was doing was gonna almost take away from what he was doing, and that was some real fucking corny shit that I saw right there. Then we seen other things transpire recently. You know, Jim Jones commented. we're gonna get into all of this. But mostly I'm not here for the controversial part of it. I'm really here for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that can come from dialogue like this. So, we're gonna go. We got the originator of the challenge, but then we got some OGs. We got some Power Rule brothers. We're gonna have some younger brothers on here. We're trying to have a nice panel of people that really know the streets and know about banging and all of that. But are here to say enough is enough, and to have that bravery and step out there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna be the one that, you know what I mean? That's gonna be that shining example. So without any further ado, I want to bring my brother Hocus 4/5, my brother Ali Tommy Guess, and my brother Trust Mula to the God Pod right about now. Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Hello, shout out to everybody on here. Salute.
Big salute to everybody on the panel.
Matter of fact, I think did I send because I saw China Brim in the comments when I posted it on my IG.
Put it in the comment section.
Put it in the comment section. I love his videos, and I sent him a DM and asked him if he wanted to join us, because he's welcome to if he would like to. He didn't see it probably, so yeah, he didn't see it. He didn't answer, but it's all good. And yeah, people talking about Mandu Warrior. Shout out to Mandu Warrior.
Shout out to Mandu. Bad vibes.
Trap Capital said Mandu Warrior is a righteous warrior who stands on 5% nation principle and integrity. Let's not forget that. Peace. Okay. Peace, I appreciate that. Yes, sir. All right, so listen. We're gonna start with Hocus. Hocus, you are the originator of the Drop Your Flag challenge, which I commend you on. What inspired you to start this, and how's it been going so far?
Well, I've been doing this work for years. Like in 2012, I was acquitted. Well, let me go back to 2008. I was locked up on a conspiracy charge, right? Gang conspiracy, sex, money, murder, Castle Hill Projects, Bronx conspiracy. I was at the top of the indictment, meaning I was one of the leaders of the indictment, me along with my brother, who they felt like we was the leaders, right? I'm not saying the truth. And to make a long story short, I sat on Rikers Island 4 years, went to trial, I was acquitted. During that 4 years, though, I did a lot of inner work and found myself, you know what I'm saying? And I promised myself that when I make it out of this, when God let me make it out of this, that I will come home and try to lead my brothers away from the path that I took, all the young brothers in the street. So once I was acquitted, I was found not guilty on that one. And I came home and I went straight into the group homes, straight into schools, you know, trying to do gang prevention, but still not gang banging, but still with the gang title. Like I'm still a big homie, right? So, you know, so I tried it that way. Fast forward to now, we take the Drop My Flag challenge. You know, I hit rock bottom and I was going through a lot. And I was picked up on another conspiracy, a RICO conspiracy, you know, that literally have nothing to do with me. Just like this is a long story within itself, right? I will be going to trial on that, and y'all will see I will be acquitted. But anyway, and once that happened, I said, wow, you mean to tell me I could be literally not doing nothing? They could still put me with guys just because they wear the same title? You know, the same, because they bang the same gang. I mean, these guys is from Savannah, Georgia. I never been to Savannah, Georgia in my life. I don't even know nobody from Savannah, like literally. So it's one of those situations where they just threw me in there. So now I'm like, okay, like I was going through a real depression stage. As you know, Lord Jamal, because you've been in the rabbit hole. As y'all can see behind me, the logo. I got a platform called a rabbit hole where we're critical thinkers and we go down a rabbit hole and what we do is look for solutions. So I'm a critical thinker. So as I'm sitting back and I'm thinking like, yo, how can I prevent this from happening to others? and I just meditated on it. And I asked God, like, what do I do now? Because I was already I felt like I was doing good. Like, God, how did this happen to me? Like, how, God, how you let this happen to me?
And you were doing good. Like, it seemed like, you were associated with a lot of positivity. You know, I mean, you getting your little shit on the internet, but it was like some internet shit. It wasn't like some real beef type of shit. But you definitely was on some thinking man, some street thinking man shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I felt like you was trying to push. Like, yeah, I'm a street nigga, but I have this cerebral shit too, and we going down rabbit holes of all kind of you know what I mean? Like, that was great. And so when I saw the Rico shit coming out of nowhere, I'm just like, wow, that's just kind of,
it's every time a black man, like in throughout history, a black man come out here and tell everybody, like, yo, I'm being set up. Nobody want to believe him. They think maybe he was in the game. Maybe he real. I'm telling everybody, they conspired against me to do this to me. I'm telling everybody, I'm telling y'all, this was going on. So as I sit back, I'm just like, God just gave me the message, like, you gotta publicly denounce it and lead your people out. And I listened to the message and I did it. And now look at it. So anybody that, hey, listen, I ain't beefing with God. I'm not arguing with God. I'm just gonna follow. So anybody that don't believe in God, I'm just telling y'all that I was told to do this, and look at it. Look at God's work. It's viral. It's people actually. We got Trust up here. Trust was one of the first ones from a different gang, Latin Kings, not even Bloods, to walk out. I got Relly, that was a Crip, one of the first ones to walk. So that's what make it even crazier. The first two behind me wasn't even a Blood. It was a Latin King and a Crip. God is showing y'all.
Ain't that some shit?
That's crazy, right? So, and so since it went viral, and I've been on the scene publicly, as we can see, like Trust, some people are dropping their facts, but so many behind the scenes. Not everybody want to be public with this. I've been walking brothers through it, whether I'm consulting them or how to talk to their big homies to get out, because some of them are worried, or some of them are just like, yo, I'm just done. They don't care what nobody got to say, So right now, we viral with it, and you talked a little bit drama. I don't know if you want to go there yet, but that's where we at with it right now.
Well, real quick, before we, just get into everybody else's story and stuff, what do you say to people that say, oh, well, Hocus is just doing this because, he caught that Rico case, and so now he's trying to do this to maybe trying to make himself look good or some shit for the prosecutors or some shit? What do you say?
I mean, court don't work like that. Like, you gotta pick a jury. You have to go to trial. It doesn't work like that. You're not gonna look good for the prosecutors, and they're gonna say, "Oh, look what he's doing." That's only, to me, people that say that, I think those type of people are people that will snitch, or like that's like a snitch mentality to me. Like, to think,
if anything, they're gonna prosecute him more if you think about it for that. They're gonna want him more.
That's what I was just about to say. What I'm doing, so what I'm leading with, because I didn't say this, thank you for asking me that question, is that I'm telling y'all it's us against the Rico. Another reason why I came in, right, and I did it was because, like, yo, how can I put a wedge between us and the Rico? Because what they're doing is, what they did to me, it just, people are doing isolated crimes, isolated incidents, and they just grouping it all together.
Yo,
right?
bro, to cut you, which makes more sense in everything that you're doing, because once you go through trial in life and you take it out of your own self and go into a bigger realm, it's a calling. So that's what I get from it. I get like, nah, I ain't dealing with a situation, because that's a reason why brothers should drop the flag, because they playing a game of, yo, phone tag will get you a charge. Where we playing Rico, when I'm going back in the days, the Rico only applied to the mafiosa. It was some money behind that charge. It's some real bodies behind it, like some money behind that charge. Not saying that the young people ain't killing each other, because that's the main thing. Like, we need to shut that shit down completely. But you also knowing that there was a lot of economics in the Ricos, and that was more or less for mafiosa. So now when you can get a group of any people that get together, especially the young people, and claiming them flags, yo, they gonna give you that tag, bro. That ain't nothing to play with. That's what you dealing with, and you share it because you care. You bring it to the universe because it's almost like a calling. That's how I look at it. So I give salutations, because people need to know.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. And that's exactly what it was. It's like, they're maliciously using the RICO against us. I'm a perfect example. So if anybody that's saying that, even though that's not the cause, it's like, so what? Look at me, youth. Those who are younger than me that's in the gangs. Don't be 42 years old, still trying to do good. Doing good outside of the gang and still get put in the gang, even when you not, get put in a RICO. Don't be like me. Drop it now. So even if they are saying that, it's like, so what? Like, you know what I mean? Even if that was the cause, it's still a positive cause. Like, why not do it once you know what, Lord Jamal, what am I supposed to do? I asked the bro, shout out to Mikey B, right? Because he asked me a similar question. I said, Mikey B, how much time you did? He said, I did 25 years. I said, Mikey B, before you did the 25 years, you lived a life of crime, right? He said, yeah. I said, after you did the 25 years it came out, you didn't, right? He said, yeah, no. But I'm like, no, Mikey B, the only reason why you don't live a life of crime is because you did 25 years and went to jail, Mikey B. That's like somebody telling you that. It's like, yeah, you're right. So, like, right. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
you was forced to change.
They want me to do 25 first and then do this? Is that what it is? I don't know.
Like, listen, I was talking to Trust a little bit before the show, and I said how, like, some of your most positive people, right? These are the motherfuckers that hit such rock bottom that they didn't have no choice but to go back up.
And that's what
you understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you be so wrapped up into the streets and you just sink so low. And then when you realize that you down there, and you just like, nah, man, I got to come up from that. This can't be what it's. You know what I mean? And that's when you start realizing certain positive shit. And, certain shit starts, and then you start reaching for that positive shit, and that's how you start coming up, bro. Like, but then when you do that, some people can now mistake your transformation for being soft now. So, you went soft on us? You don't want to do that shit we used to do before type of shit? Like how many of y'all have experienced that shit right there?
Right? I wish I went soft from day one. I wish I had that mentality. I would have never been, went through all that suffering. But I'm not mad. It's my path, my journey. God delegated this to me. So I'm happy that it's actually working and people are walking out of the gangs. You know how they say, if you could save one life, hey, if you look, I done saved way more than one life already. So,
Now let me talk to my brother Ali real quick. Now Ali, you used to be basically with a crew, a gang, called the YGs that was popular in the 90s. Y'all had a lot of people scared in New York City, especially in them clubs and shit like that. Maybe you'll recognize his face from the Reminisce Over You video with Pete Rock and CO Smooth. As far as other videos too, didn't you have your own group too at one point?
Yeah, we did the street nigga video, the Young Guns. We assigned to Warner Brothers, but it was like short stay. Had a little EP that Pete Rock had did, and then
I always felt that was kind of like an extortion project. Am I right or left?
Well, I just look at it like taking advantage of opportunity. You know me, like, Lord, I didn't want to be a rapper, but my brother had a love for it.
Right.
So it was
Shout out
just
to
like,
Kenny.
yeah, you in position where, all right, there's an outlet. And they seen that we was really making a lot of noise downtown. The name was ringing. And that was just a part of positioning. When you come from up top, the boroughs is really what represent New York. Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island. So not being from the boroughs, positioning yourself in New York itself is a task. So if you ain't gifted, like how y'all was gifted, y'all had the gift.
I was gonna say I felt the same way as far as being a rapper, trying to, from Westchester. We might as well been from outer space at that time.
That's what we fighting to really solidify, like, we from New York. So the Young Guns was built on basically positioning. I knew the mentality of downtown from coming up in New Row and knowing Brooklyn always had that. Midtown Manhattan, they coming in deep. They got that. And if you can't compete with them Brooklyn energy, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall, like, you ain't gonna our whole thing was not position ourselves. Young guns, we coming down here 30 deep. We gotta compete with whatever we gotta meet. And I feel that's really what it was based on. And now, as you know, you try to turn a wrong into a right. It because of the what has been manifested, it's gonna be a longer test. It's gonna be a harder trial.
Mm.
So I look at, it's been 20 years when my brother got shot, and I went from Young Guns to Guns of God. Guns of God is let your mouth be your gun. It's
Mm.
only one higher source that's boss. So truth over lies, it's about what I manifest to the next one. Like, and it's like, for me, actually, just from my brother getting shot, the trial starts. So my decision is, of course, I want some get back.
Now, just let the people know when your brother got shot, what happened to him.
He's paralyzed. Yeah,
Mm.
he's paralyzed now. But in knowing though, like I say, healthy paralyzed, rich paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's 20 some. He was shot in 2000. So when I look and I'm going, he got 25 years in and he's healthy.
Yeah, he looked like, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
his
Like, yeah,
mental,
yeah.
everything, bro. And yo, Lord, I never told no one. He had an opportunity when he first got shot. You know, the Crip, Mike Conception.
My Concepcion. He
Yeah,
was in
he
a
was on
wheelchair
this
as well.
side, and I had met him in the House of Blues way back.
Mm.
And when I told him my story, bro, he asked me to bring my brother down to a spot in Manhattan, and I don't know the conversation that Mike Concepcion gave him that at in his first, I guess your first days of going through trial or your first weeks of being in a wheelchair.
Mm.
But Mike was in a wheelchair 27 years before that. So I look back and I said, wow, he must have gave him some jewels,
Mm.
because K is still here. He's strong, and he's like, nah. I always looked at the trial like, yo, bro, truth over lies. If a man shoot you 5 times, that means he wanted you dead. But God preserved you. So where do we go from here?
Mm.
Because it's like, where you go from here? You gotta kind of like share something that'll help pick up the people. Like, if you bring them down, low frequencies, it's about frequencies. What did you get in the universe? A blessing or a curse. So in teaching the young people, it's like, nah, I'm gonna give you that. The fabrication, like, bro, if I got recruited, then I'm gonna recruit somebody. My big bro was Crow.
Mm-hmm.
We already had our identity. So in having an identity, it's like you grab a flag, you grab blood. And he came to me and my bro and asked both of us to join the red. And for me, it's almost like truth of a lies. I'm from this side. I seen it over there in LA when I was out there with Have and all that. But that's their stuff. And how is it gonna empower us? So just having a different mindset where, nah, I ain't with it. And then when I look, bro, two bloods shot both of my brothers.
Mm.
Something that my big home, I say, y'all call him my big homie. You 2 years older than me. I came outside with you. We was doing shit, whatever. But truth over lies, the red on my front porch, they came and shot my little bro in the neck like a dude. So when I look, I go, wow.
And keep in
That
mind, this is when blood first came to New York. Like, there was no bloods and
it
shit like
wasn't no
that
blood,
before
Crow.
this point.
Yo, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. This is one of the first, like when it first started coming. I say you brung it in the hood,
Mm.
and I only can weigh it out like I love, like, yo, before you blood, you still my bro. Like certain things is almost like, yo, now we letting a person from another area come up here and do harm to someone you do for 30 years. I felt like it was just a way to, there's different shit, different strokes. Because you got the LA dudes, they might not even feel the same way the New York dudes do. Crow is in Louisiana, and them bloods is, everybody got somewhat of different ideology when it comes to that streets. And when it
Mm.
comes to the economics and the money, It's the bottom line. We compete. So if you can't eliminate something that will directly not get you on a competitive to where now I gotta be better than you or I gotta be bigger than you, then we kind of like it's still gonna be in the same rut.
Real quick. So listen, when your brother got shot, right? Because we talking about dropping the flag, putting down the guns and all that. You was somebody who would normally just react when some shit like that happened and ready to scorch the earth type of motherfucker. How did you find the strength and the power within yourself to not do that?
It's like trial. I've been up north before that happened to my brother. Like what people, I always say this: jail didn't rehabilitate me because I went when I was young, and my grandmother passed away, and she was the one that gave me the faith to believe in something greater than man.
Mm,
So I went when me going away as a child, it was like, nah, my grandmother taught me the jewels to keep your doing to others as you want them to do unto you. She told me there was a God, so I ain't gotta listen to you. I can spin on you. She told me those jewels, and that's what I manifested in my trial. Right? That's just what it was. So I only look back to where when he got shot, it you automatically want some get back. So I was leaving my house, bro, in tears, cause like my brother was witty enough. He had scribbled out son name on a piece of paper. So when I get that call 4 in the morning. It ain't a good call. I'm in the bed sleep, got children, and you get that call. It ain't a good call, and I just shot there. And his baby mother had already gave me the paper with the kid with the name. So
mm,
now it's almost like, what do you do? You
mm,
going back to your Lord? I was going back to that trial, and then it's like, yo, I'm manhunting every night. I'm not feeling right. I'm leaving my children, and I'm leaving in tears because I know this game, bro. I can't. What do I explain? But my feelings won't go nowhere
mm,
until I can. Something got to give. That's what your heart is dealing with. And then in truth over lies, I had to leave that energy because it never was like sufficient. I'm riding around suicidal, and I already know the repercussions behind my decision making. And more than anything, it's like I'm leaving my babies out to dry.
mm,
Like certain shit has just hit me different. So I spun on that. I talked to a doctor. He said, get a little 50 racks and I can get my brother to walk again. So now I'm going back into, I ain't got 50 racks. So I went back into, how you come up when you out there in them streets and go try to hit something. I left with my life.
mm,
So me leaving with my life, it's like, where do you go from here? And I had two brothers in my ear, like, yo, seek ye the kingdom. In your trial, seek ye the kingdom. Oh, I can relate. My grandmother raised me up on certain things to where I can relate to that. Y'all ain't telling me no cat. Y'all telling me, who's telling you this is how you get back? Seek ye the kingdom.
mm,
So I end up just, I didn't get the money. I left with my life. Boom, I went in a church on Yonkers Avenue somewhere. I was just out there, and I just went up there and came back. I don't even know what they was talking about, Lord. I just went in and cleared my mind. I came outside. I had guns of God. It was
mm,
something to bring back life, because
mm,
you really crashing. I'm crashing off of young guns because me and my brother, like that's my brother. What we going? He got hit, so it's on me. That's where it goes. But when you really dealing with the reality of the system and what fam is talking about, like it's like, how do you win? And you know the craziest shit, the dude, the brother who shot my brother, I love his mother. And I
mm,
love his brother. I play ball with his brother, so that's just like a weird, it's just be a weird shit. And it end up being better that like just listening to that conscience that say, nah, you could just go right, fight right. Guns of God gave me life to fight. I've been here fighting ever since with
mm.
the same energy that bro is doing. Like, yo, we gotta preserve life.
Well, that's why I brought everybody here together, because I think it's valuable for everybody to network who is on the same frequency, on the same mind state. So we got the hats. You gave me the hat, the new melanated order. You know what I mean? I see you rocking your joint, and that's your shit. And I support, you know what I mean? I support
It's a
all of that
cry.
positive shit.
It's like what brothers say, yo, we gotta be solution orientated. Like men can't pretend to be friend with those who's really like on low frequency. Like the more you try to grow, the more they try to bring you back down. And that's the reality. Like every hood is almost the same, built on frequencies. So it's like, nah, we gotta change the frequencies. It's and that's what energy does. So the new melanin order is just a cry. Like I go to any hood, it's all good. I don't really care what you rep, cause I say use the tool that they use to knock us down. Use the same tool to bring you back up, and that's the color. So new melanin order out to prevent the slaughters, protection for the men, women, sons, and daughters. That's just a cry. So I'm going, nah, you in? They want new world order, new melanin order. Y'all know my Latino brothers, we all in the same game. This is supremacy. And we don't run this shit. So you gotta have some type of like it's like giving them a way out. My bro is saying, yo, drop the flag, giving you a way out. I'm saying it don't even matter about your flag. Let's go back and start where it really started. That melon. Let's have some order over here. Because without order, we all freestyling. And everybody jumping all types of taking on everything. And maybe that will be a solution. These are just solution orientated tools that we try to come up with. The men that's out here feeling like, yo, nah, it ain't over for us. Like we still gotta fight. So I'm gonna give them something right, something to just hold on to. Maybe that'll make them change their mind. Like I get the pass because my melanin is the same. I don't know.
That's what's up. You just spoke on our Latino brothers. Trust Mula.
Yo,
No
what's the
doubt.
word, man? Salute. Shout it
What's
out.
good, my brother? Hocus said that you was one of the first people when he made the announcement to drop your flag. Now I know you was representing Latin Kings and all of that. What resonated with you about what Hocus was doing that made you say, yeah, I want to get down with that?
So I was going through a lot. Me and my man Snook, we was talking, and one of my right hand mans was tapped into the Hocus 45 thing. He knew my situation with one of my right hand mans getting murdered in Chicago from New York. You know, with this whole Latin King movement. His name was DL. Rest in peace, DL. So you know, Hocus kind of shed light on the way I was feeling. I'm like, yo, man, you know what? This dude is right. I'm gonna sit here and keep going against what's right my whole life. If I die today, what am I gonna tell God when He asks me, "What did you do for me, son?" What am I gonna tell Him? I would have had nothing to say, nothing. I was worshiping two masters, right? Because you gangbanging, you doing illegal activity, so you're doing the devil's work, and then there's positive people in the gangs that praise the God too, and that's people like me. I was gangbanging, doing what I was doing all the stupid stuff. Lad Keys is known for cutting and doing all of that dumb shit, right? And I did it, been there, done that. And then after I did that, I always felt bad about it. I didn't feel good about anything I did negative. And then I'm sitting in jail and I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck am I gonna do? What's my purpose, man? God, what's going on? And then there goes Hocus right there. So to me, it's a coincidence is God's way to be anonymous. We had to get together. Me and Hocus was gonna meet regardless. Me and Relly, we were gonna meet regardless. Because what God destines, what He writes, you can't unwrite. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to promote peace, positivity, and live up to it. Like just because I drop my flag, bro, that doesn't mean I drop my hands. I see the comments, like China says all the time. Put it in the comment section. See, I used to laugh when he says that, but it's so important. It's imperative to not entertain or give people clout when they're being negative because you just entertain the stupidity. Put it in the comment section. Go ahead, write all that shit you want to write. I don't care. Because when you trying to rise up, and 50 said it in the book, hustle harder, hustle smarter. On your way up, you have to chop people because they'll drag you back down. You understand what I'm saying? So my focus is to continue being positive because I've been negative my whole life. I like the way I feel now. I like what Hocus started because now I have to live up to that. You know how stupid I would look if I go to jail right now? You know how stupid they would clown me, they'll banish me. Nothing will prosper for me. You know that? Because I decided to be positive, so I'm gonna live up to that.
Mm.
I'm gonna live up to that. And I'm going around the streets. I'm talking to the youth. I'm talking to everybody, people who are gang banging. I tell them at any moment you want to leave, brother, you let me know, man. You getting older. You can't do that forever. But you know, to each his own on your time, bro. You can't force nobody neither. You know? So
The
that's
truth,
my
the
feel.
truth don't hurt, it helps. So
Right.
in basic talk and saying, nah, that's really what it is. It's like sharing is caring, right? I seen killers kiss killers, Kool-Aid on your lips, quick flip. Like I can't sell you fabrication distorted the nation. So when you really understand that we as men, we gotta give it to them the raw and no holds bars. Like, why would I lie to you? Why am I even selling you anything? And that's what to me is like, yo, they just been following fabrication. Cause a
Yo, not
lot
for
of
nothing, good
shit
brother.
out here is weirdo.
I just came home from doing 8 years for conspiracy. I almost got hit with the RICO.
Mm.
Thank God it didn't happen to me. But what happens is they put a whole indictment on me that I didn't do. I was a dope man. I ain't sell no crack. But they
Mm.
put a whole crack indictment on me and made me the ringleader. You Google me, that's what's on there. Now you
Mm.
go in the penitentiary, you see what's ruining our peoples. It's the law enforcement, the law. They just pass laws, don't even talk to correctional officers, don't talk to us. They don't get involved with the community, and it messes everything up. And if you really look at it, bro, I did my life in prison. I was by myself. There was nobody there with me. It was myself and that ID card. And when you look at it, we really saving gangs. If you think about it. Hocus is standing up for the gangs. We're going out there to the streets to the youth to show them like, yo, we ain't leaving gang alone. There's a gang member right now that got interviewed on my stuff. And he spoke about it. Just because you gangbang, that doesn't mean you can't spread a positive message or help the youth. If that man does not want to gangbang, let him go because he's gonna tell them anyways, you're going to jail, gang. This is what niggas don't understand.
Mm.
Hate is the new love, snitch is the new thing, bro. Wherever
Mm.
you walk, bro, Thanksgiving don't even feel the same. Nothing feels the same because love is not there like that. We need to bring that back. We need to spread that message. We need to help each other. We all need to come together. And like, you know, even the thing with Jim Jones. Jim Jones has a comment. I'm sure you're gonna get there, so I'll wait till you get there, man. You know?
Well,
I'll
yeah,
wait till you get there.
let's first we lost our brother Ali. He'll probably be back. First of all, if you're just joining us, we're here with Hocus 4/5, the originator and creator of the Drop Your Flag Challenge. We're here with our brother Trust Mula, somebody who took heed to the call and dropped his flag. We were also here with our brother Ali, aka Tommy Guest of the YGs, who, you know, is basically on the same energy. So I just wanted to have us all here together. Now before we continue, hang on, I gotta acknowledge my girl Shelly Michelle Williams. Oh my goodness, she said,
Wow.
peace, Lord Jamar, thank you for a great episode, bless you, brothers. No, bless you,
Wow,
queen.
thank you. Thank you, Shelly.
Bless
Thank
you,
you.
queen.
Fire
See
super chat. Y'all keep
what?
sending them super chats in, man.
What? See, that's the energy right here. Like when you do the right shit, it responds. It's something visceral in people. Like, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
Lord Jamal, I want to state this too before we continue. Bro, you
Mm-hmm.
know how many times I call Hocus phone asking for help, bro? I don't know
Mm,
what I'm doing sometimes, gang. I want to put that out there. I'm
mm,
lost right now. It's times I drop my flag. I'm so used to that life that's how I know how to get money. Bro, I'm broke. I'm figuring it out every day because I'm not doing nothing negative. That's how
mm,
Hocus got me right there.
mm.
And that's what I want to salute to. Thank you, Hocus, gang. I never told you that, bro.
But
Wow.
see, the fact that you are vulnerable enough to say shit like that and to admit that and be real with yourself like that, that can only make you be able to rise higher and achieve exactly what you're doing and stay on the path. Listen, when I was a teenager, you know what I mean? Crack first came out and all of that type of shit. All right, our brother's back.
Y'all on that.
That's
There
okay.
you go. There
So
you
when I
go.
was a teenager, right, crack first came out and all this type of shit, right? And of course, like everybody wants to have gold chains and fucking your kicks, and you want to be fresh, and you know what I mean? And this is that era, like, you know, Rakim and all this type of shit, right? So, you know, I was selling my little crack or whatever. I had my little rope chain. I wasn't no big deal. I never had no keys and no shit like that, but I stayed fresh. You know what I mean? Like I had my little kicks and my little 4-finger rings and shit like that, right? So where I was at, but I knew I wanted to be a rapper though. I knew I wanted to be a rapper. So where I used to be at was called the Hollow and shit. At one point, they had a fucking like sealed indictments for like damn near everybody in the Hollow. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody that sold crack in the Hollow. And I couldn't believe that I wasn't in this indictment, that somehow I escaped it. But it was because I didn't live there. I didn't stay all night. See, there would be some niggas that stay all night in the fucking lobby type of shit. I do my shit and I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? Like 12 o'clock, I'm going home type of shit. I didn't live in those projects, but that's where I be at. So anyway, when I escaped that, I was like, you know what? You're gonna be a rapper. Like, so you're gonna have to fucking put this shit down, bro. Like, you're gonna have to just go straight legit. And I was like 18 at this time. I never even had a regular job or no shit like that. This is when minimum wage was like $3.50.
Damn.
So imagine going from selling crack to now the first job I had was a minimum wage job putting up tents. Like, and I'm talking some of these tents was the size of a
foot. I might cut off. I'm gonna hop back in though. I gotta answer this. Okay. I'm sorry.
Well, long story short, I had to bite that bullet, you know what I mean? And so I worked that job for like 3 days and then I quit. And then I had another job for like 2 weeks before I got fired. Then I had another job for like a year and a half. That's when, you know what I mean? Started like really sick, but I didn't go back to no negative shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it might have took me a few years before I got to my final goal of signing, you know what I mean? Getting a deal and all that type of shit and reaching my fucking what I saw in my mind. But I did have to make a decision. Like, yo, you can't be in both worlds. It's either or. What you want to do? You want to be a rapper or you want to fucking be a fucking drug kingpin? You know what I mean?
Right,
if I was like, he'll tell you, because we grew up in the same fucking town. Tommy will tell you, like Ali will tell you, like, if you was gonna really try to like sew up New Rochelle, bro, we would have had to like, you would have had to kill niggas that you fucking grew up with type of shit. Like niggas that you fucking played basketball with in elementary school. You would have had to go around to each fucking section and take over the Hill, City Park, the Hollow, the West, fucking, in order to really be that fucking guy. Like,
and that's a mindset.
Right.
You gotta look at a mindset. So when you know what I'll get, Lord, when you say you really want, you know what you want in life, right? You got some people that is longer for them. So they'll juggle, like I said, you'll be juggling and you won't know. The good thing is when you know or you have a sense of direction, that right there could possibly give you the like, nah, I'm got an option. You know, I think a lot of people, when they don't really be knowing or feel you thinking like there's another option for them, you know.
Now, you said something earlier, and I want Hocus to answer. I want really all y'all to answer this. You asked the question, we talking about dropping the flag, right? What would make someone want to pick up the flag in the first goddamn place?
A lot of things. What, you know, anywhere is poverty, you're gonna find, you know, crime, and you're gonna find brothers that's banding together. Sort of like what you were just talking about, Lord Jamal, like, you know, how you would have to go do this, do that, but you're gonna find brothers especially in the inner cities that's gonna come together to do that, to protect their territory, to, yo, this is our block, only we can hustle here, and then they're gonna call themselves whatever they call themselves, right? We the backside boys, if that's the side of their projects. You know, that's the side of my projects. That's why I said that. Right? That was the real game. But that's one thing. Another thing is this this, I want to say, false sense of brotherhood that's being sold to people, right? And this when it comes to the gangs that's popular. You know, you look and you see celebrities and they scream this, you know, the gangs and this brotherhood, but when you in it, it ain't like you think it is. It was a 13-year-old just killed in Queens. He was claiming a gang, actually the gang that I left, Sex Money Murder. He's 13 years old. He's too young to even be in that gang, right? So whoever told him he was gang,
he's too young to have sex, money, or murder. But anyway, go ahead.
Sex, money, or murder, right?
Yeah.
But there's literally an age limit to be in that game, right? So you know he's too young to be there. Age requirement, pardon me. But anyway, it's like I don't know, but I don't see the gang going to support his moms, his father, his family afterwards. So this brotherhood, I guess it leaves once you leave. You know, it's this brotherhood, fake brotherhood that's being sold, and I want to say fake because it's not with everybody. The brotherhood is between you and your circle, but when you get down with the gang, these kids think they get with the gang, and now they got access to all this stuff that the popular people might have, when it's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So one of y'all can answer too, but that's why I think it's some reasons why people, join the gang.
Trust, what's your answer?
I'm gonna be honest with you. See, I joined. I'm gonna say why I joined, then why other people joined. I was brought up in that lifestyle. My uncle was king, my cousin was king, my family was king. Since I can remember, they've been throwing Latin King crowns with me. So it was also a part of my lifestyle. I actually was gonna join Blood at one point in my projects, and I just didn't do it. I was like 13, and I officially joined Latin King at 15 on Rikers, Spofford. Then going to Rikers Island, I kind of escaped from Spofford, then went to Rikers Island for that. And that's when I fully got my crown on Rikers Island. I was 16 years old, but you want to be a part of something that you feel like it's solid, that you feel like it's also a fashion statement too. It's also cool, girls, all of that. If you was younger back then, you beat a dude up and girls was on your body. Now they're like, you're a bully, and so it was a different time. You understand what I'm saying? It was a different time, and then back then, I'm like, I'm Spanish, I'm from the hood, so I know I grew up black, right? But I also know growing up, a lot of black people like, nigga, you ain't black, nigga, you nigga. I'm like, yo, bro, like, nigga, I'm from the hood. Fuck what you talking about? So now it brings you back to that whole system of like, I'm Spanish, I'm Latin King, I'm hood.
Division.
And I was a tough one, so I'm not gonna let niggas step on this toe. I'm this, I'm that. And then it just became power. And then fame is a monster. If you don't know how to control power, and you become a big crown or a big blood, and now you're giving orders, you're dealing with everybody's problems, and so that went over my head too. And then the money started pouring in. Money had changed me at one point. I never had money in my life. Then when it started pouring in, I just thought I was the shit. Like, fuck this. I was better than niggas. Me, I'm talking about me personally, y'all. Because I'm seeing other dudes gangbanging. I'm like, yo, this nigga's a bum ass nigga. He's jacking my shit, but he's not doing nothing. So then I started sitting back looking at dudes stereotyping. Then I got locked up. I lost my mother in there, and I started realizing a lot of this shit don't make sense. And then my right-hand man, who became the Inca and ended up being the most powerful Latin King in New York, gets murdered, and nobody's trying to do nothing. They still beefing with each other. Hold the fuck up. Once you see how the penitentiary works, you look in the penitentiary. If the Bloods has problems with the Kings, there's no problem to destroy the Latin Kings. The Bloods got that. They get us all out the spot, right? And then they go back to killing each other. So even that didn't make sense to me. Even that shit don't make sense. Like, all right, y'all came together. We know y'all got unity. Y'all know how to come together to get us out. But then y'all go back to killing each other. So it was like, all right, definitely not messing with that. These niggas is on dope. So dope ruined the Land Kings and K2 ruined the Bloods. So right now it's like that gang stuff is just broken. It just makes no sense. It makes no money. It makes no dollars. It don't make no sense.
That's what
it makes Rico. It birthed the Rico. COINTELPRO, it did all of that. But the government created gangs though. The government created gangs, though. I want to say that, though, for the record. The government, once again, created gangs with oppression and all this racist shit and all of that. So people came together to the communities and started to go against oppression. And now they became the oppressors. So everybody who knows what oppression is, we can't stand for that. And if gangs is on that time, then they got to stop. But at the same time, if it's positive, to each his own. I mean, I can't tell niggas what to do. I know that it's not.
In the game is negative. Not
everybody is.
Well, because it's.
I was a positive brother in the game, so I want to stress that. Not everybody in the game is negative.
Listen, when I in the 90s, I was over in LA, and I'm in Watts. I'm in the Jordan Down projects, fucking Grape Street and all of that type of shit. And I'm thinking, you know, and this is back when niggas is rocking Jerry curls and all this type of shit. And I'm thinking that these niggas got to be the most savage fucking, you know what I mean? Like non-intelligent people in the world. Yo, we ended up having like a crazy cipher out there where these dudes really was on some black power, like some positive shit. They had a sneaker store and all this type of shit. Like, and they actually at this time, Watts was having a truce. And these dudes was like the leaders of the fucking truce, to the point where they took us, these Crip dudes took us to the blood fucking to the blood projects that was not too far away. The Nickersons. Yeah, we went to the Nickersons with some Crips and trusted that fucking that shit was good, that the truce was good, and it was good. Matter of fact, we saw some Bloods in there fighting each other.
I ain't gonna lie, but it made us who we are, though. It made us who we are. I can't I don't have regrets, man.
Well, see, what I was gonna originally say was, all of that shit though was supposed to start out as some positive shit. They say Crip was California Revolution in progress. Blood is some what, brotherly love, or you know, like
against oppression. Say it again, Hocus. Break down Blood, Hocus.
Override oppression with destruction.
Brotherly love override oppression with destruction.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Is against oppression.
Now, how did all of that get flipped? Hey, Teacher Maria, peace queen. Appreciate you. That's a member right there. Heck 9, I see you, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, so they can see something and try to turn it on its head. So now, with that in mind, that being said, right? You creating the drop the flag challenge, you see?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to make sure that they don't try to do no shit like that to something like this? To where they take this positive initiative that you got going on right now. You see what I'm saying? At some point, people might say, I'm part of the, you know, DTF crew.
Drop my flag challenge gang.
You see what I'm saying? Like, but not the gang, but like, you see what I'm saying? To where they just don't want to see no positive shit like that. So now they try
you know what happens, Lord Jamal? We go to jail and die.
Huh?
we go to jail and then we die. That's what happens.
No, that's not.
But in reality, when you start a movement, the government goes against you, and you the leader of it, and they want to say negative, like Hocus is saying. It's the RICO movement. They implicate people. What Hocus is doing is actually bringing more fire on himself, because they're gonna try to stereotype him and say, "Oh, he's only doing this because of this and that," but it's not true. You understand what I'm saying? So if they try to indict us on the drop your flag movement, we go to jail and die. There's no telling. We're doing everything positive.
Listen. We're not going to jail. We not dying.
He's like slow.
If
it got there,
bro. You know, rather than brothers, because you just brought up again, trust. Look at it as I'm trying to use this somehow. I don't know, in their mind to help my situation. I'm actually hurting myself. I'm putting myself out there. I would rather you brothers out there look at it like, yo, listen. The brother Hocus is screaming at the top of his lungs. They are conspiring against me. I'm a black man that's being conspired against right now. Wow. Right? They threw me in this. I have nothing to do with this. I did not cooperate. I mean, did not conspire with nobody. Nobody. And I'm not blaming the gang for the reason why I'm in this. I'm telling y'all the government did this to me. So how am I trying to help myself look better in the government eyes? It doesn't make no sense what y'all saying.
The government's gonna look at you like you joking, like you trying to use this shit to get out of that thing. And so in all reality, is you really helping us. It shows that you really care about people.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they don't see that. Nobody sees that.
But let me answer his question about the this COINTELPRO. It's coming. Movements like this, I gotta be very careful. But I already been moving.
I'll get back, bro.
You back? I already been moving so like discreet anyway the last couple of years that it's hard to get close to me, right? Next to me and me really befriend you. But as you said, I got the rabbit hole. People want to know, well, what's the solution? What do you create? Create your own rabbit hole. His brother got the NMO. I got the rabbit hole. That's not based around criminality. So I see what you're saying, Lil Jamal. Yo, there's people there's nothing wrong with having organization. There's people in the rabbit hole. I got thousands of people. Ain't none of us committing no crimes. You know what I'm saying? So if they decide to put a case on, oh well, then we just gonna have to fight it. Like I gotta do right now. They did it to me already. So what
I'm going to Cuba, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we out to Cuba, man. I definitely wouldn't mind, man.
Hang on. Now that I think about it, right?
Rest in peace of
and maybe
Shakur.
this is probably a good segue into this next thing. Maybe a CIA-ish way that they tried already to do what we're saying is when they sent that clown ass nigga Adam 22 into the hood talking that fucking bullshit he was talking.
True word.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, do we really believe that was a coincidence? That I put out a drop my flag challenge, it goes viral, he picks it up and then make fun of it, and then make them do some gay shit behind it, try to discredit it totally, and then he do what they do, right? I'm gonna say he do what they do. Oh, throw rocks. They always do this. Like, you know how in the hood you look like a sucker doing this, throwing rocks and hiding your hand. They don't care. Oh, I wasn't trying to do that. Hocus, I don't even know you. I mean, I heard of you. I heard your name before, but I don't know. Yeah, you heard what you don't know. Yeah, you don't. It did just so happen that your right hand man that you sit next to every day is my arch nemesis online. How convenient. How convenient. We supposed to. I'm critical
Why
thinker.
wouldn't you try
rabbit
to
hole. How am I supposed to think? Come on, we know what it really is. That's definitely COINTELPRO at his best.
Yo,
Ali, do you know who Adam 22 is, Ali?
No doubt. He get money off of the culture, right? He get money off of the negative aspect of certain things, keeping the drama going, talking like a fool. So fam, when that happened, yeah, that looked like a direct coming to discredit or throw shade on what I'm trying to do. And then most people are there for like homie said, they just give it a little traction. But what's true is true. And what's good is good. So it can't stop. Like I be like looking at it like going, yo, they can keep trying, but it's like the devil's a lie. Like we gonna keep pushing off this good food for y'all. We ain't gonna lose, bro. We ain't gonna lose.
Yeah, I was really, when I saw that, I was like, yo, that's some real sucker shit. This is some real.
And I just feel like there's a group of clowns that's laughing at the movement, and he just wanted to amuse them. Anything for clout. That's all that was, man. That nigga ain't nobody. That nigga's
it's like
regular.
Who's letting this dude come to the hood and fucking infiltrate like it's crazy. Like,
but they say Cali's the strongest gang part. Why them niggas ain't highlighting him for none? They shouldn't be playing with none of that. He shouldn't be playing with our lifestyle.
I don't want to do that, right? Because when shout out to Styles P, because Styles P, who's not even a gang member, stood up and spoke out against that, used his platform. That's my brother. By the way, you know what I mean? That's my
shout out to Love.
Oh, shout out to Styles P. I got the big P on. I got the big P on for him.
Yeah, I'd rather go salute Styles P than to tell them brothers why they didn't do that, because they tried to already jump online. Yo, this is the West Coast. This is me. I don't even want to go through that. But I'm gonna say this: if that was me, I'm not gonna speak for everybody in New York, but I'm pretty sure I can speak for Lord Jamal and you and everybody on this panel. If that was us, we would have told any white man that was a part of our camp, yo, bro, you out of line. You see them brothers is trying to stop Black death, like homicide. You out of line. You really, you know what I'm saying? You need to go fix that. Like, you need to apologize or something. That's what I would have did. I ain't telling what them brothers should have did. That's what I would have did. So I'll leave it at that.
The cameras the cameras have helped prevent the beatings. It's righteous beatings that the hood would do for certain infiltrators. Like
we would have hollered at him already.
Yeah, like you got.
He would have been hollered at.
No doubt.
He'd have been in the beef patty somewhere.
Yes.
With cocoa bread, yeah.
They help them, man. They help the righteous beatings that's supposed to be out just given to those grown ass men who know what they doing and using just manipulative ways to try to make a move. Nah, we get rid of you. You get your beating, you get out of here. And I'm just saying, that's just a way I grew up, that righteous shit. Yo, you might have to
Able
go with
1212 said Whack 100 should be held just as accountable as Adam 22.
Well, I want to say this, right? People, it's online and you can go listen to it. When I first caught my case, I brought it to the internet because they locked me up and just threw me out with an indictment that had everything blacked out, even know what was going on, right? So I brought it to the internet, like, yo, look, I was picked up by the feds. Look at this.
I remember.
Yeah, I'm like, look at that, because it seemed kind of weird. Like, yeah, they pick you up. Imagine if I didn't do that. People would be like, Hocus got a secret case. Nah, I'm a public figure. Yeah, I'm a public figure. So I'm like, so when I did that at the end of the video, I said, man, it's funny how everybody who beefed with this one guy ended up in a RICO. I did that on purpose, right? So everybody, all the blogs picked that lineup, went viral with it, and here he come. You talking about me? You talking about me? Don't play with me. I'm gonna have them people do this, and I'm like, he's threatening me with the feds. I'm gonna put this out, and they're gonna look at you crazy. I already did it with Big U, and I'm like, yo, you got it, bro. You got it. So like, y'all saying he should be held just as count? Like he threatened me with the feds already, bro. So for me and him, it's like I don't even want to entertain nothing like the back and forth with me and him no more. That's the most I'm gonna comment, and y'all can say what y'all want about it. I don't comment on him anymore.
Well, if he said that, good bro, what I'm gonna say is he's a rat, straight like that. That's what the streets is gonna say if he did that. Okay, his name is Whack 100.
It's online. He did it. It's not.
He's a rat. Fuck him. That's how I feel. Excuse my language. Excuse my French. Fuck him. Gets no clout. Never bozo.
We say whatever the fuck we want on this channel.
Yeah, all right, man.
Sean Don said, Jamal, I'm in Chicago. We also have a big gang present. Also, we have almost 300,000 active members. Well, really? That's high?
Let me say this. Funny he said that, right? Because I'm about to put the video out that I did. Cash Patel, the FBI director, he just went on the news today. He said that it was 110,000 members. Wow, he just said 300. So they think it's 110. But what people don't know, they already secretly, remember they said it, but they didn't announce that they did it. The National Guard is right now, right now as we speak, over there violating gang members right now. Right now. And this is just went up today.
And none of them is doing no gangster shit to the motherfucking National Guard. So you know how to do that to your own fucking people. You the most gangster there. You got switches and all this other fucking shit. But when it come time to really stand up to the fucking white man, who really got the fucking helmets and plates and all of that type of shit, now you know where to be seen. Now you know where
it's getting spicy now. Talk that shit. It's getting spicy now.
Did you see the video when ICE went in looking for some gang members? I don't know if they was Venezuelan or whatever, but they threw everybody out, even butt naked, even kids and everything. Had them on the ground outside. People grandfathers. Ain't nobody do nothing in. I'm just saying. It is kind of crazy, but
we also tough with our own people. Like we only tough with our own people, but when it comes time to really being tough and standing up to what you would call the man, y'all motherfuckers don't want to be boys. Y'all want to be children.
Yo, not for nothing. Let me show y'all something. If you see somebody like that walking by the street, right? Y'all not gonna say nothing to him, right? But if he had the same clothes I had on and he's a hood dude, everybody want to grill him and start stereotyping him. See, this is the system society we live in today. This is how we live in. I could walk down the block dressed as a hood dude and dudes would grill me. But if I had a suit and tie on, nobody's gonna grill me. Nobody gonna do nothing.
Now, there was a meme or whatever, a little skit where it said the difference between coming into like the project lobby and like a white man come through the project lobby and everybody was like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?"
I think
when black dude came through, everybody grilling them. Bro,
I never seen that, but that's how it is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's real shit. I've seen that happen. Like it's crazy,
bro. We killing each other, bro. For stereotypical reasons.
This is self-hatred. Or he said for stereotypical reasons, mental health reasons, financial reasons.
I'm a decent man.
Whoa.
Shout out to the decent man.
Oh, man. Dude, that's crazy.
In order for any people to change, like in order for the condition to change, they got to change their thinking. So us as you only could just give them the tools as a whole, and do our part, because it really takes that. It's like, yo, we gotta change the thinking. You gotta eliminate frequencies. because a lot of like we hang out with people where the frequency is okay to talk like just mad low shit all day. We're not intaking no steak, intaking nothing that is getting you through like just some type of motivation, inspiration, or upliftment. It's
Fuck,
like, yo,
bro.
everything is just low frequency. And the more low frequency was just terminating our minds, our hearts. It's like, yo, it's cool. It ain't cool to be a cool dude. It's really cool to be fool. Like shit is weird.
Yeah, but that's why I do like Kyle Bethel with the I'm a decent man for. That's why I do like him as winning. It's like it's kind of needed. It's like that song like that would have never went. It's like I think the frequency is changing, bro. As we can see how I did this and how it's so viral and so many people is gravitating towards. I'm talking about everybody from people in the streets to legends like Lil Jamal. Pete Rock just hit me up. Shout out to Pete Rock. Ice-T chimed in. Busta Rhymes. We seen Styles P chime in. I mean, just so many people on a prominent level. Also, everybody knows that this right here, this needs to happen. This is very important because even if you don't drop your flag, this is what we need to do. We need to get rid of those who don't belong there because everybody don't belong in the game and they might not drop their flag, but you know who don't belong in your game. Then we need to allow those who want to drop their flag. It needs to be like a public service announcement from top head gang members. Be like, listen, if you want to drop your flag, Hocus has the website and the form set up. You can sign the form, let him know, and he'll give us a call, whatever. It have to be, if you want to do it behind the scenes, do it that way. If you want to leave, we allow you to leave. I think all gang members, right? I hope this go viral. What I'm saying right now,
No doubt.
Gang members, this is a call to action to all of y'all around the entire country. Y'all need to put out public service announcements that allowing them to leave if they want to. You do not want someone in the gang that doesn't want to be there. You know that's appetite for destruction. Okay, maybe DP him out or fight a son. Okay, he fought to get in. We got to at least fight to get out. We'll accept that if y'all want to do that. But if not, let them walk out peacefully. We need this. Yes,
because in the long run, it causes the gang anyway. So I agree with that. That makes all the sense in the world.
I think it should be publicly. I think it should be publicly only because there's dudes that drop their flag and go somewhere else. But if it's publicly, now you can't go nowhere else. That's it. You're done.
You held
career over
to the shit. Right.
That's true too. That's true too. Yeah. We could do it publicly.
But people gotta definitely feel like, all right, if I do drop my flag, it ain't gonna be no repercussions as far as anybody trying to take my life or cut me or whatever the fuck the case may be.
I mean, they'll be a fool because they're on social media.
So let me say this to that because that's important right there. Now, so far, I didn't help. I'm gonna start logging it in and keeping the numbers, but I didn't help. Probably, I know it got to be more than 50. Probably, maybe a little under 100, something like that. I don't know the number. I hope so many people walk out the game. Not one person, something happened to them. Not one, right? Because I think people watch too much TV. Not to say that. So look, last year, this is last year, way before the indictment. So, like I said, I've been doing this work way before the indictment. Last summer, my man called me like, yo, Hope, my nephew in North Carolina, he's a Billy, he's non-Trey. He's 15 years old. He want to leave the gang, but the little dudes are telling him if he leave, they're gonna kill him. So this is a real story. Those young dudes did say that. So he called me. He know I'm gang affiliated, even though I'm not from North Carolina. Yo, you think you can help me? I said, I say no more. And that's not my set, but I know Billy's, right? So I hit up the bro, one of the Billies down here, my bro Saint. We got on the phone. He's from North Carolina. We got on the phone with his big homie in North Carolina. The big homie in North Carolina. Salute to him. And he's like, I told him the situation. He's like, what? First of all, ain't nobody even supposed to be breathing right now. It ain't nobody supposed to be coming into blood. Into non-trade right now, for one. Number two, them little dudes out of line. That's not even how we move. So long story short, he called them, put them in check. The little dude got to walk out the game, and I saved them from all having a RICO. And the big homie wouldn't even know what the fuck was going on. He just been in a RICO, like, what the, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because on the conspiracy in a RICO, at the top doesn't have to know what the bottom is doing.
Wow.
Now, I told that story for a reason, because that situation did happen, but that was young dudes who think that that's the right thing to do. No big homie is that somebody want to leave a game. Ain't no big homie gonna do you anything to you. They all will let you leave peacefully. Nobody wants to keep somebody. Nobody with intelligence in the gang that doesn't want to be there. Like, I just need that to go out there to the world because they got this misconception. Yeah.
See, I think
was Quando Rondo able to drop his flag, right? Wasn't Quando Rondo able to drop his flag after certain situations that happened in his little thing?
Well, I wouldn't even say able. He did it. Like,
yeah,
I'm done. Right? Like I did. Like I didn't ask nobody. I mean, I'm older. I'm a bigger homie. It's different. I understand. It's very different because I've been through a lot, right? So I don't want to put myself in a position as a young kid or a young homie. But my point is, he did it, and I don't think he asked permission. He said, "Yo, I'm tired of this lifestyle. It got my cousin killed. It got my man Tim shot. King Von lost his life. I'm done with this." You know what I'm saying?
See, I think a lot of this, right, is also remnants of when like gang shit really was official. Like there was a time that, yeah, you couldn't just walk away from a gang and shit like that. Right. There was a time that when you went to jail, the gang would hold you down and shit like that and look out for you, you know, for your family and all this type of shit. But that shit was so fucking long ago. Like that might have been like in the 60s or some shit I'm talking about. Like I
love that you bringing this up, Lord Jamal, because this is what I tell dudes. I'm like, yo, how we not moving? We got the same old ideologies. We not moving with the signs of the times. Right now, they got cars called Waymo that you can order when you pick up an Uber, and they driverless cars. There's no driver in them. They on the street right now in Atlanta. I'm driving next to them. There's nobody in the car. They making the turns. They stop at the red, make a right on red. I'm like, what the heck? How they know how to do all this? We got cameras everywhere. We surveil like a mother. The world is moving. The reason why Donald Trump is sending the National Guard, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is gonna sound, but the future of America, gangs have no place for the future of America. That's how they looking at it. It's like there's no room for gangs anymore. We gotta clean this up. Let's send these niggas to CCOT, El Salvador. Y'all think it's a game until he starts sending y'all over there. Then y'all gonna be dropping y'all flags. I'm trying to tell y'all, drop them now. See, I'm in the rabbit hole. You don't want to go over there. I'm in a rabbit hole. I got way more information than I'm giving. I'm giving y'all the basics for y'all to understand. Yo, listen, it's us against the Rico. Let's put a wedge between the Rico. The ammunition is the game. Yeah, the game is the ammunition. Yes, go ahead, bro.
More than anything, you giving them the reason why. Give them the reason why. Like it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. The Rico. How you saying the big homie didn't even know it was coming?
The big homie didn't even know.
That's how they play.
Yeah, so like with this Rico thing, I think that they are using it maliciously. This is what I'm saying, y'all.
Exactly.
But we're not gonna change the law overnight tomorrow, but there will be another Rico tomorrow. So how about we all collectively at the same time say, yo, we publicly denounce we ain't in no gang no more. So what y'all gonna put us in a gang even when we said we not? Now we going to trial. We gotta look at our peers and be like, really? I'm on this trial. Yo, jury, I'm not in the gang. Look, I'm not, and I haven't been actively doing nothing criminal. So can they just throw me in here? That's what y'all getting the bigger picture out there for the gang members I'm talking to. What Hocus is trying to do, what I'm giving to y'all. I'm telling y'all why I'm doing it, but y'all want to come with, because he got a case. Like, y'all not listening to me, man.
Trying to help them avoid from getting a case. Really?
Yeah, because
like what it is. And truth over lies, what's the benefit? It's like, to me, is where's the benefit when we talk about 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds? I said, who influenced these young people to join this or join that? It's usually the older cat. So the older dude, he was a recruit. He got recruited. He's a recruit now. That's really how they get recruited. Is what's good.
Not necessarily, brother. You could just see a flag and just like the way they grouped up and hanging out, chilling, and just want to think it's cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
You could
somebody gotta let them in though, right? Like if say I'm cool, I see him over there and I want to be down. Somebody has to
listen. You want to be blood? I'll tell you how easy it is. Ready? You want to be blood? Just come up to me and be like, yo, I want to be blood. I'll give you all your paperwork right now. You homie. Just like that.
It depends on who. It's not really that easy.
I mean, in prison it was. Yeah. In prison it was just like that.
No, but listen,
you want to be king, you gotta have a bag. You got drugs? You want to be king? You got money? Come on, let's go. You got the bag. You him.
No,
You first round.
Well, I remember when it was like, oh, you want to be blood? I go on a train and go cut somebody.
Back in the day.
Right, you had to do some shit like that.
You down. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's how it was when I,
Yeah, but you see back then, hold on, let me say this though, because back then in your era, like let's say in Rikers Island or whatever, me and you mans, I still had to put my own work in. Now if my uncle's a big king or big blood, I'm blood. And I'll be a big bro too at that.
But let me say this,
it's different now.
This is important. Let me say this because you know what he brought up. That's not true because these days, right? Like with the 13-year-old, I'm like, you know, I was talking, shout to Erica Ford. I was having a conversation with Erica Ford. I'm like, yo, Erica, it's crazy. Like, he's too young. I'm telling you, I was Sex Money Murder. Like, you know, a big homie of that set. He is too young to be that set. It's crazy. I don't think anybody brought him home, and if they did, it's crazy. She was like, "I'll be honest with you, Hocus." She's doing this work, talking to these little kids, dealing with them. She's like, "Yo, they're just claiming the game." Like Ali is saying, like they're just like some of them are just, yo, they seeing as impressionable. Yo, I'm Sex Money, and then they dissing other sets and songs, and people just assuming it. Like some of them are not being brought home properly, bro. Some of them are just opening up saying this is what they are.
Language, though.
I'm not saying all of them, some of them.
Listen to the language though when y'all say, "Who brought you home?" Like, that's not home, bro.
That's not home, bro.
That's not home, bro. We gotta stop saying that type of shit.
You know what? I love that you're saying that, right? Let me say this real quick.
Yeah, that ain't.
That was powerful, Hocus. I ain't gonna lie.
Whoa.
Because you know what?
Oh shit.
A lot of the language is messed up, and at young ages we take oaths, right? And people even throw this at me now. Yo, you took an oath, bro. How you gonna do this and that? Even you, Charles, I'm sure you get it. You took an oath. Hey, I took that oath when I was 17.
Right.
My brain wasn't fully developed yet.
Did you even know what an oath was?
Yeah, but even so, right? An oath supposed to be so sacred. Like I had a girlfriend who was my baby mom's at the time. You know, I took a, you know, oath to be with her. I'm supposed to not make a decision if I don't want to be in a relationship more. I can't change my mind. If I had a job at that time, if I went to college or I was in a certain school and I want to go to another one, I can't make I don't want to go to school no more. That is the only thing in our community, and it's fucked up, that we hold ourselves to the fire with these oaths. We throw that in our people's face. Nah, you took an oath though. You took an oath. Yo, we taking oaths as children. We got the right to change our mind as we get older and progress in life, and especially as a grown man, to say, you know what, that oath, it's not conducive to my life or my people. I disagree with it.
No doubt.
Right now at this point, you know what I mean? In my life, for me, let me say for me, because some people still under the oath, and I respect it, right? But I want to say this one last thing before you jump in. In the prison, in jail, I understand gangs. I think that's where gangs belong. It's to survive in prison is a different animal. You got to band together sometimes because other people's banding together, and especially when it comes to race, as we know. So you got to band together, right? You got the Aryan nations, and you got the, you know, it's different things. Jail. There's Mexican gangs, there's Spanish gangs, black gangs. However, when they come home,
like that, but it is
right. But when they come home back to society, they should be allowed to be back into society and no longer be a part of the gang. That's how it should have went, and that's how we need to moving forward. That's how we should be moving forward. Like, no, I'm not in this gang anymore, because even though they have you in the gang database, they'll forever keep you there. No, I'm not in this gang. I'm not. You can't go tell me I'm in this gang no more. No, I'm not in videos throwing it up. I'm not making songs about it. I'm not in the gang no more. If not, it's more times than none. Because you was in jail in the gang and you come home when something happened in this, you know what they a couple years ago when I was doing the pure violence, you know what they wanted to do? And this is something that they was talking about, is that if you come home, like me, for example, I get locked up, I come home, I was the big homie, I'm in Castle Hill, I'm on parole in Castle Hill. If a murder happened in that area, they wanted to lock up the parolees that was like big homies. Like, like ain't got nothing to do with it. It don't matter. You could be going to work every day. That's his area. It's a high crime area. He's a part of that gang, especially if you're a part of that gang. This is what they think. So this is what they thinking about doing to us. They don't even care. They don't care that I jumped on the internet and said I dropped my flags. I don't know why y'all thinking that. I'm thinking that. I think it's gonna
at
work.
All. They don't care about that at all.
They don't care.
They don't play fair.
I did this for us. I didn't do this to press the fucking the government. Like, dudes
don't play fair.
Yeah, it's funny. What the fuck was I gonna say? Yeah, because I'm looking at this gang shit, and like you said, okay, I could understand kind of when you're in jail, it might be kind of a necessity to come together for your own protection. Like it's very hard to move by yourself in jail. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's
in my situation, it was harder being a Latin King. I was better off
mm,
being neutral because the
mm,
homies was washing them up, left to
mm,
right, and I was
mm,
going to the boxes. I'm going out. Now
mm.
I live most of my bit in the box, man. Wow.
So anyway, I'm just thinking like in this, we talk about the technology, there's cameras in everywhere. Like, how do you make money as a fucking gang banger? Like, if you're not scamming or some shit, like, how do you even get paid? Because it ain't crack. Like, you know, when crack was invented, yo, you see motherfuckers that went from ain't had shit and overnight you could have some shit selling crack. Like,
Yo, don't get it messed up, man. There's a lot of money in this gang shit, man. That's one thing I'm not going. That's one thing I'm not going to. I'm not going to discredit. That's one thing I'm not going to put down.
Well,
If you a guy that's gang banging, now you have a network of people to use. You can use everybody if you're a big homie to do your dirty work. But then there goes the Rico. Bang.
right.
That's what we talking about.
Bang.
But
Right, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just wondering, like, what is it? Is it crack? What is the dirty work? You got niggas.
Man, if you smart, you get in and get out. But not everybody's smart in there.
Yeah, if it's based around criminality, then what's the point? That's my whole thing. Like, we need something that's not based around criminality. And I'm glad you just said that, because when I say that, like, certain dudes, I gotta call dudes is trying to act like I'm saying that the gangs are criminal enterprises. That I'm the one saying like how what's this dude Gunner was saying, yes, ma'am, yes, YSL is a gang. No. I'm telling y'all that I know that the gangs are not real criminal enterprises. What we do in the street, it's not really organized crime. What the mafia was doing was organized crime. However, they lock us up and they call a gang like Sex Money Murder. They have plenty convictions, right, on indictments when they called it a criminal enterprise. So they have it listed as a criminal enterprise, and they had successfully convicted people as a criminal enterprise. So anybody you bring down to this gang is automatically joining a criminal enterprise in the eyes of the FBI. I don't know how to. Did I just be clear, y'all? Because
it's a way to take them off the street.
I hope they heard you. I hope they heard you.
Was I clear, or did I like?
You was clear. Nah, you was clear.
I say this every time, and dudes is like, "Oh, Hocus is trying to say we're a criminal enterprise." I'm like, I don't know how clear to say it. I just
they use gangs periodly for conspiracy too. Not even the Rico. Any little thing they're gonna use the gangs to get you.
But that was my point though. If it's something that's, because you said that but there goes the Rico. The gangs are based around criminality. We cannot lie to ourselves. I think somebody trying to tell me. Yeah,
you're right.
Somebody just said, let a YN call in. This bill needs a YN to add. What happened to the young homie and shit? That would be right on time. Well, listen, we got to address this too. Now, I'm cool with Jim Jones. I ain't got a problem with Jim Jones and nothing like that. But he had an interview with Fat Joe, and Fat Joe asked him about the drop your flag challenge, and basically he said to each his own, and he said that he didn't think that you had to drop your flag in order to make the point that you were trying to make. What did you think when he said that? And because I don't agree with his take on this, but
what did you feel? Right? Because after responding and him doing that, it got out of hand, and a lot of big homies in his set actually that started Blood in New York, they came out. They didn't like his response either, so they came out speaking out against him. Right, and it's been crazy on the internet. I'll say this: I didn't like what he said. I disagree with what he said. I did it this way, and it's working. Why is dudes going against something that's actually working? Saying I didn't have, so dudes for years have still been in the gang, and dudes be telling me this. Well, we could fix it from inside. Well, y'all been trying, and we've been trying. I've been doing the work to myself, and it hasn't been as successful as right now. This is something that's viral. It got motion. It got people listening. I'm on the phone with the mayor office. I'm on the phone with other judicial bureaucracies. I'm on the phone with, I'm not going to name no names, but universities, that want me to come and talk. I'm like it's lit right now. I'm on the phone with people that's as close to the president. I'm not even gonna say no names, and I promise you, I don't cap. And they are paying attention, and they're like, yo, who is this kid? What is he doing? How was he able to do it? Let me tell you this, right? In the cure violence programs, right? That's throughout America. That started in Chicago, but it's in New York now. The one thing they teach, you know what they tell them? One thing we don't do is we don't tell the kids to leave their gang, because then they'll turn their back on us. They'll leave the program. They said, you have done what nobody could do. How did you do? And it's like, all I did was lead with God, as we talked in the beginning, right? I followed God's message and it grew. So, yeah, so what Jim Jones is saying, that it's like, all right, that's your pain, I understand, but damn, you could have, he said everything other than, yo, the brother is trying to do something positive, and he successfully, right? Because one brother is right here with us. He successfully pulled brothers out of gangs. Trust is and he's a Latin king, he's not even a blood. So instead of niggas looking at that and being like, yo, he's really helping them get out of gangs, they want to say everything other than salute Hocus for it. I don't know why.
Yo, fam.
Everybody, that's for everybody else to ask why they're doing that. But I ain't got no issue with Jim Jones. Dice Peso is my brother, like I always say. So I respect the mutual relationship there. And you know, I'm gonna leave it right there.
I'll say this in mentioning Jim is what's his agenda. Like, you gotta look at individualism and what agenda do individuals have. So that could be where it's to each his own. He might have a different agenda. His mindset might be totally not there yet. Who knows? But that's how I look at it. Like, a person agenda ain't it's either you want to do right or you don't. And you let it be known, like, that's a good move. That's a good thing to do. Even if you can't find the balls to do it or whatever. If someone is saying, "Oh, I want to do the right thing," let's give them salutations.
See, what stood out to me is when he said, part of the reasoning he said is because he said we are, quote unquote, in a war. And so other people asked this, and in my mind, I asked the same thing. I'm thinking, what war are you talking about?
Yo, bro, because everybody asked that.
I don't see, the Bloods out there fighting against the police and shit like that. Like, I don't see I don't see the war. I don't understand what the war is. I already said that we only fighting against ourselves. Where's the war? Like,
That's
I'm not even.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm waiting for y'all to ask me what I feel, really. But
bro.
Anytime, bro.
I don't like cutting people off, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna say this for complete honesty, man. We are at war. I know what he means by we at war.
What he means?
I don't know how nobody understands that. First and foremost, we are physically at. Listen, we are physically at war with the government. Number one, because the government hates us. Period. We always at war with them. Gangs are always at war with the government, no matter what.
You gotta let him answer that. You cannot, don't do that, bro.
But listen. This is what I feel. It's my opinion. Hold on. It's my opinion. Let me get my spill. I feel like when he also says we at war, also if you look around Palestine, all that shit, we at war right now, and it's true. We at war with ourselves. Bloods killing bloods, kings killing kings, blacks killing blacks. We all need to unite. Now, this is where I don't know if he's on the same page. That's why I said my spill. Because Hocus isn't wrong for what he said about the whole Rico stuff. But I feel like Jim Jones isn't wrong neither, bro. I don't feel like nobody should be coming at him on that note because he started off blood, gang. He was in the streets. We was all poor, all of us here. We know that we all went to the gang life. All right, that's one thing. But it's also another thing because we're not going to just dismiss the gang. So we all need the big homies, everybody, even Jim Jones, to be a part of this movement and not come at him, bro. Because he is keeping bloods out the streets, bro. He is keeping niggas in that studio. He is saving lives.
All right,
and I'm not going to go against him like that. Me personally, and Hocus isn't going against him neither. Hocus, I didn't see Hocus. I commend you. I didn't see you violate the brother.
I want to kind of, because I don't want to like spark anything else further. But being that you said that, I'm gonna just say this, right? He said I shouldn't drop my flag because we are at war. It's not like you're saying like, oh, yo, you're like, technically, in general, we are at war. We were at war with ourselves. We at war. There's a lot of wars going on. I could mention a lot of wars that's going on. But he said I shouldn't drop my flag because there's a war going on. Like, that's why it got the attention it got.
But there is, though, the Mac bowlers is beefing with these niggas. There's a whole bunch of different wars going on, Hocus. You know, you in the streets, you know that there's a lot of people beefing with each other and that gang stuff. Now, whatever he's jacking, if you're not jacking what he's jacking, we don't know his politics.
But this is what's happening. This is what the problem is. Like, we need him to answer that question. We don't need anybody speaking in general for him and trying to give him answers when he never answered it. Like,
but to go on the block and say you're gonna go beat Jones up and give him the fade, you think that's right though, Hocus? For Deuce to say that they're gonna give Jim Jones the fade and all that.
I don't encourage that. I don't encourage violence. I don't encourage, him and men do fighting. I don't want them to. I have said even though I didn't like what Jim said, I still have said I want to work with him. I think us working together, we can help save a lot of kids' lives. I have continuously said that. I'm not against Jim Jones.
Yeah.
But to say, hold on, real quick. Let me.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I say, yeah, I agree with you.
All right. When you say like, well, if I could save one kid life, look at me. I was a gang member. Look at me. I did it like this. I did, which is true. But I mean, you could agree with what I'm doing and say that at the same time, because I could just go back and say, well, for every one Jim Jones, there's 10,000 gang members in the fucking grave. I'm talking about successful gang member. For every one Jim Jones, a successful gang member, a Snoop Dogg, there's 100,000 gang members in prison. I'm probably giving the numbers on the low end for every one of them. So for you to promote that, they could be like me. Look at me. If you in the gang, look at me. Because this is what he was saying, right? Right? If I could just inspire one person, that 13-year-old that died, he would never be able to make. He didn't get a chance to try to make it there. How many people don't get to make it there trying to climb up the ranks of gangsterism and to make it to Jim Jones level? At the same time, this is no disrespect to Jim. Jim ain't in the. He was never in the street like that 13-year-old was, or like I was. He don't come from the side of the gangsterism that I do when it comes to gang banging, being in the street, putting in work, being in bang outs, having to get money the way I get money. Getting locked up, catching indictments, beating trial, coming home. Little brother's following you in the game. My little brother locked up for a body right now. Free Bills Raw. Like, dealing with, he ain't from this side. I come from the side of gangster, of gang culture that's deadly, that's dangerous, right? He come from the side where, I'm not gonna lie, it's needed too. It look good, it's fashionable, it's commercial. Yo, look, I'm a gang member, I could do it too. Let me finish. I salute him. I'm not saying that's not needed, but don't say my shit ain't needed even when I'm telling them to walk out, because I come from this side, bro, where a lot of niggas ain't making it to where you at. That more than likely their life is gonna be destroyed, or other lives gonna be destroyed. Then they ought to be like you.
That's true. I see both sides, but that's true. That's true.
Anomaly. You know what I'm trying to say? He is an anomaly, and that has to be said. You are an anomaly. You're not the average gang member. The average gang member is somebody like me who went through this shit, right? And then at fucking 40 years old, turned his life around, still getting picked up for shit that I don't even know what's going on. This is what the people that's from my side of gang banging, this is what we go through. And I'm tired.
But you do agree he if you was banging right now, Jim Jones isn't a pawn on that chessboard though, gang. You know that.
But what's that? What that got to do with it?
What that means is he has a position that is important, even as a gang member.
I just said that.
I think anybody that's in a gang.
No, I know you said that. What I'm saying is that position that he played is needed. Like he's not in the streets like you. He didn't catch no bodies. He didn't go to jail.
I just said that. I see people. I don't know, because this is what tends to happen to me for some reason, right? The same way I asked y'all, did I speak clear earlier, right? Because dudes are twisted to say, oh, Hocus is saying this gangs are, whatever. I just said I salute him. I see what he's doing. There's a side of that that's needed. There's a side that shows, right? But I also said don't kick down what I'm doing at the same time and say, nah, I don't think.
And that's why I agree with you. And I just seen you compare yourself to him in the sense of like I put in work, I was really there, and he wasn't. But at the same time, like I was just saying, it's still important what he's doing, because you have your warriors and you have your philosophers. I mean, he's a philosopher.
Bad influence, and that's
niggas need that. We need that.
That's what you need that, but you need it. It can be used in good and bad ways.
He got to use his voice a little better, but
he has 3.7 million followers on Instagram, bro. So now let's just say he's actually touching 10% of that. That's like 370,000 people that he can directly affect. Now you put 5 people in the studio. You see what I'm saying? That's cool or whatever the case may be. But to put a message out there to 300 something thousand people that could go against something that's positive, you got to be a little more
That's 3.2 million people that like who he is. They like that he's blood. 3.2 million.
Let me say this.
I don't know if it's just that they like that he's blood. I think
they have to. They follow them.
Let me say this before I forget. This is important, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, trust. This is what you got to understand. What Lord Jamal is trying to tell you.
Right.
And when I say I come from this side of it, it's a different feel. You come from that side too. You know what I'm saying? You do. We come from this side of it, bro. He's on the commercial side. Right. You know, my brother, right? My brother S1, shout out to S1. He told me like, yo, Hope. He said, yo, Hope, I ain't gonna lie. One of his mans, I'm not gonna say his name, one of the homies, he said, yo, this is my fucking homie. He said, this nigga been banging for so long. This nigga's a gang member. He really put it in and he loved this gang shit of blood. He said, yo, he hit S1 up like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hocus, your brother Hocus touched me, bro. I'm done. I'm dropping my shit, bro. He did 15 years with us, and they went in together, and they came home together. Like not.
Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful.
That's on my case, but like they, you know how you go, you know, caught the same amount of time together. Boom, and met each other on fish scale on to come home. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, bro. So what I'm saying is, people on our side of it, right? I'm reaching them, and they understand what the negatives of the game. There's no arguing that. You can't debate that, right? So people is seeing it and like, yo, I'm like I'm about to say his name. I want to say his name. He walked away, right? Imagine if, like Lord Jamal saying, Jim Jones, all those followers. Imagine if he would have just said, yo, you know what he's doing is good. I don't think people should be joining the game just for us and for us only. And I don't think nobody else should join the game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that would have been fire. That would have been fire.
Let me finish.
I am.
Yeah, because I need the audience.
I'm agreeing with you. That's all.
Yeah. What Hocus is doing is positive. I don't think nobody else should join the game. You know how many people would have walked? You think I'm influential? You know what I mean? Jim Jones is the most popular gang member blood to ever come out of New York. I don't care. You got to give him that. I'm not saying the biggest homie. He's the most popular. When it comes to, if he says that, a lot of kids won't join the gang. A lot of people would be like, damn, you know what? Jim is green with Hope. Damn, I might lead this shit too.
How about if you don't feel like that though, bro? How about if he really don't feel like that?
Huh?
How about if he don't feel like that? How about if he feel like blood is the shit?
You don't feel like that.
How about if he feel like blood is it? That's where it's at. I want y'all to be homie. I mean,
even if he did feel like that, the disrespectful part of it is that what you said, you kicked my movement down, right?
Yeah, that was wrong.
Yeah. And what make it really wrong is that we have mutual friends. And you're not respecting the mutual friends. So I don't even want to go there because y'all want to say shit like that. What you mean if he feel like that? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to keep talking about Jim because what he said was ignorant. So I'm gonna just shut up on it. Like y'all can talk about it.
I'm gonna put this out there for the record, man. I'm part of the Drop Your Flag movement. If Jim Jones is against that, I'm not rocking with him. Straight like that. But I just wanted to put it out there, and from a man who was a gang member 2 commissaries ago, speaking about myself. You understand what I'm saying? I believed in it. I believed that maybe I could create an image out of this shit. Maybe I could blow up. Maybe I could gang. And I just realized that shit ain't what it is all packed up to be. But for Jim Jones, it worked. Hey, he made millions off of it.
But it was also a different time. You see what I'm saying? Like we look at what people did in the past and think we can emulate that shit now. Like you can't necessarily.
Jim Jones never got indicted, Bob. Jim Jones never went to the RICO. Jim Jones never been in prison for this shit. So his love for it is still there. I used to love this, man. There was nothing nobody could tell me about this crown right here. So he still probably loves it. He probably still loves it. How many
people, all right, which is cool. But what we're saying and pointing out, he could love it all he wants. You know what I mean? But how many people did go to jail, did die? That's non-trade. That's not even just blood. That's non-trade. All his people around him went to jail.
Yeah, we
watched the whole entire indictment on television.
He should be done with it. He should be. He's getting old.
He ain't got we ain't even got to say that. He should be done. He should just not kick down our positive message. That's all.
That's all.
I agree with that.
Each his own, man.
And we support the movement. Drop the flag movement. We here with you. Like, and saying that because just in knowing like each individual gonna feel their own way. So when we both said maybe he don't feel like that, that's just a reality. It ain't knocking. It ain't taking no. We here with you. We support the drop the flag movement, bro. Just to let you know.
My man,
for sure, bro. I just think that he could feel that way, but like for reason I explained, he should. If me personally,
I agree.
he shouldn't have did that to me for a couple of reasons. You know what I'm saying?
No
and
doubt.
He know why he shouldn't have did that.
Master Divine Allah said, how can someone on the outside help / support this movement? And that goes for your movement as well, Ali. How can somebody on the outside, because they meet, you're asking gang members to drop their flag, but say somebody who's not in a gang, they still want to try to help this movement. How would you suggest they can help?
One way y'all can help support is by pushing the message, by sharing every post, even if it's just to your story. That's one way. And the reality of the situation is that in order to do this work, it takes funding and it take large funding. So any donations will help. I don't have a donation link set up strictly for the Drop My Flag yet. We doing that right now. My team is on it, but I still do have a Cash App in my bio. Everything, all the funds that I have again is helpful towards this movement. And just supporting me alone while I do this work, take time out of work to even jump on lives like this, and I've been doing them. You know what I'm saying? So financial, it helps a lot more than you think. Any little thing helps.
Absolutely.
What he said.
Yeah, actually, China Brim had hit me back. He said he was at work, so that's why.
With me, Lord, I had these hats, different buckets, different type of dad hats, just supporting the New Melanin Order, Truth Over Lies. I'm setting that up on the web, and I'm also just dealing with a Preserving Life Cash App. It's on the same page. All I really got is the Cash App right now, called Preserving Life, which promotes this little stiff. I don't know if you can see it in the background. Stop Itchy Finger.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, the Itchy Finger. We had a song back in the days on that EP, the Young Guns. Our song was called The Itchy Finger, which is like we had called, a person who deal with the gunplay. They had the itchy finger. So I came up with a little movement, Stop the Itchy Finger, which is like it defies the act. So there's just certain things that just from growing, getting on a page of the positive energy, you develop. But I only have Preserving Life Cash App, bro.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. I want to say one thing though, because if y'all out there in the streets, man, and y'all want to send me, because I'm also doing something positive too, but it's part of the Drop Your Flag movement. The only thing I know how to do is hit the streets. So I'm hitting the streets, asking people if there's anything positive you want to say to the youth. Can you please do it now? Hey, how you doing? If you got anything positive to say to the youth, what would it be? So if you guys want to say something positive to youth, my Instagram is Trust Mula. Hocus is dropping a new page for that. And I'll invite, me and Hocus to figure it out. And got a good message, man. Just send it to my DM, Trust Mula, and I'll put it up there. Something positive for the youth, though. Nothing negative, man. Or how do you feel about gangs or whatever. Just express yourself. 30 seconds to a minute, and we out. We off.
I like that's what I could do. Having with you on your page, the OG Spanish dude, the funny dude. What's his name?
Oh, Charlie Chancleta.
Yeah, Charlie Chancleta. I
Shout
like
out
that.
To Charlie.
Tell him I said, "What's up, man?" I like that.
Yeah, that's my boy. So he's a part of that movement too. He goes around and he tells people, "Yo, gangs ain't it." All the young kids in the neighborhood love him, and I walk around and Hocus, I do that. I let people know, I'm part of the Drop Your Flag movement. I was a gang member for 20 years, and I dropped it. And the only way I know how to go for support is the streets. So I'm running around and I'm asking people, "Hey, if you can say something positive to the youth, what would it be? Or at what age did you realize you was an adult?" And as I told Hocus, man, I know I have my strong opinion about Jim Jones, but I would never, ever, ever go against that man. You heard? So I want to let that be known.
For me, it's just like, all right, I gotta put it in this way for y'all to understand. As a blood, right? I don't think that it was cool to be walking a runway in a pink outfit and just in a purple. I don't think that was cool, but
I don't mean to laugh, son.
But listen, I would never at that time. I wouldn't have got up there. I didn't.
Yo, hold on, Hocus. You gotta let niggas laugh a little bit, man. You know, to the Pink Panther Starburst.
That's why I didn't want to do this because I'm like, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't post it, right?
Oh man.
Because I didn't post it because I understand. I didn't post it to troll it, to joke about it, and I do shit like that. But I understand that this guy, my bro Dice Space, so that's he helping him out. That's gonna put it like Dice gonna call me like, come on, Hope, why you doing that? And it's like I got a conscience like that. You know what I mean? But not everybody got that conscience. Like, yo, we got mutual brothers, so you know we got.
Yo, Hocus, for that alone, they gonna shoot back for that alone, okay? I wouldn't hold that.
I gave an example. What's wrong with that example? What's wrong with that example?
For that alone, you called the nigga the Pink Panther, baby.
No, I didn't say that. You just did that.
No, I did that. Start it up.
You put the sauce on that shit.
Yo, we love you, Jimmy, man. We love you, Jimmy.
That's what I'm just trying
I fucks with Dice Peso. I fucks with Jim. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, man, Jim just like my song. That shit felt good, man. I don't know. It felt good to me.
Jim Jones, my nigga.
He's like my shit, man.
Listen, this is not a hey Jim Jones campaign.
No, we know
Jim
that.
Jones.
At all.
Yeah, let's get that clear.
I only brought it up because it's part of the story and it just had to be addressed. That's all.
Of course.
I don't know. We don't want to see nothing happen to Jimmy.
I want to deviate real quick. I want to go into another little rabbit hole real quick. Only because my brother Ali is connected in a way, and I guess everybody could comment on this, but your man P. Diddy just got, sentenced to 50 months or whatever the case may be in, federal prison for
partying,
prostitutes, I guess. I don't know.
Partying.
Right. But listen, I'm sure that sometimes we get convicted or for shit that we did, you know what I mean, for other shit, but you ended up, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will get locked up. I didn't even do that murder. Yeah, but you did about 3 other ones. And so they caught you with this one. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it be that type of shit. So, Ali used to be around this guy and all this type of shit. You have dealings with him. I know he fucking, there's some foul shit that he came at you. What did you think when you seen all of this come into the news about P. Diddy, and what'd you think about his sentencing and all that?
Well, I just look at Diddy like a higher level, like a high level devil. Because it's almost like you a high level worker, because the charges that they gave him was basically like, all right, we gonna just humiliate you somewhat. We ain't really giving you no charges to stick you. And me not wanting a man to be like, whatever you guilty of, you guilty of. But just in knowing coincidental, there's so many bodies around you, I don't get charged with none of that. All the speculation, and just in knowing all over the years, for people who really know, like, all right, fam, what type of man or what type of person, I just look at it like, yo, he made out good. He's a good worker. He's a good worker. He makes out good. They don't, he's very valuable for them. He's very valuable.
What did y'all think about? Did y'all think he was going to get more time than this, or this?
I'm gonna be quick. I just don't think he did anything really.
Yeah,
I just think he went party there. Whoever went to his house to party, I was on them. I think he's gay. That's it. I don't think he did no other shit. That's it. I just think that he's gay. Huh?
Whatever he did, the broad did the shit too. So if you're gonna say that he got to get locked up, then I think the broad Cassie need to get locked up too, because she seemed like she was just as much of a ringleader. You talking about Ricos and all this type of shit. She seemed like she was in the organization at a high level, and she didn't have to know what the lower people were doing and all that type of shit. Why do you know what I mean? Why the fuck she not getting locked up out here?
No, you know what? Prior to the case, Kirk Burrows, which was Diddy's partner, who started off, Bad Boy with Diddy, was a partner. And Diddy, he's a piece of shit, right? He's a greasy businessman. Let me say that, right? I always felt like that. Maybe it rubbed off for me from Kirk Burrows too, because I rock with him. But And when the case first happened, and we all seen him beat Cassie ass, any man was like, "You's a bitch ass nigga," right? I'm like, "Yo, that's some sucker shit," right?
Yeah,
but going into the case, and actually after hearing the evidence, I was like, "Oh shit, they doing this nigga like they did Pac, like worse. They doing this nigga worse. Like I ain't gonna lie, Cassie." And if you listen to Clayton Howard on the Art of Dialogue, all his interviews he done did, Cassie was the one calling. Cassie wanted the big dicks. Cassie wanted, that was her thing. And Diddy is fucking billionaire. He's a cuckold. He get all the pussy in the world. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna please my bitch. She wants some big dick. Yeah, you call who you want. You know what I'm saying? Like that was it. I ain't gonna lie. This is what I mean by maliciously using the RICO. They are abusing that charge, and Diddy is a perfect example. That was the whole entire world gonna see that was not no fucking RICO.
Right.
Now,
he beat it.
I think he should. That's my whole point, though. But look, my whole point is this: he beat the RICO, but they overcharged them. So it's like in my case, right? They overcharged us with the conspiracy in the first, which why I had to stay on Rikers Island 4 years because I couldn't get bail. Right, so I already did 4 years. It's like they overcharged him, so he remember he didn't get no bail. He would have been on the street. He didn't get no bail, and also it's like, yo, he got 4 years for these charges. Maybe if he'd have just had those small charges, could have got probation, could have got a year maybe. But the fact that he had this whole case in his RICO, he beat the RICO. The judge hold that into consideration, man. It's like the one is sentencing him. So in short, I think that he shouldn't be home. And I think that he's a piece of shit, but I think he should be home. I don't think that
on those charges. I look
Very
at
well
the
said.
charges, those are hand-picked charges. Like those are charges that I feel like they know he can beat those charges.
They just try to railroad. They try to railroad the bro. That's all.
Yeah, it's almost like, all right, if you feel they trying to railroad him, and they gave him those charges with nothing to hold them on those charges, I don't think they was trying to railroad him.
Make this money. Take this money.
I think they was putting a perception that we trying to finish them. They putting a perception out there that we trying to finish them. Society, everybody going, oh, Diddy about to be over this, that, whatever. But the reality of it is what they was able to stick on them. It don't even sanction that much time.
Let me ask all three of y'all a question. How do y'all feel if I join Bad Boy Records? Y'all gonna look at me crazy when he come on? How would y'all feel then?
Why would you join Bad Boy Records?
I'm gonna think you
right now. Why would you do that?
Just saying, you don't think there's gonna be another Bad Boy artist when he come home?
Listen, I'm gonna think you.
I'm gonna get inside of
That's what I'm gonna think.
Me personally.
What you said, Hocus?
I said I'm gonna think that you went to one of the private parties.
Make this money. Take this money.
Hey yo.
McCann Cornell said he didn't do anything sexual with a man. So how can you call him gay?
He's a mook, gang. He's a mook.
Oh, wait, excuse me, sir.
He's a mook.
He rubbed another man's yam sauce on his own nipples.
It's right there. It's over right there. Like,
okay,
I'm not arguing with a nigga who don't think that's gay.
You ain't gotta do nothing else.
If you don't think that's great, I'm not arguing with you.
When you're doing all of this with another man's yam sauce, you gay, motherfucker. I don't give
every step I take.
I heard that like niggas would yam off on Cassie, and she would like try to preserve it on the way to the other room to bring it to this nigga. Behind closed doors.
He's nasty.
Did
he just a mook, man? He just a mook.
That's all they was doing.
Right.
The whole world knows
he's like mooking.
He's a mook who had enough money to create his own pornos right in front of him. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think he did. He was just like, that's why he was directing shit. He was like, yo.
I don't like people shitting on Biggie though. Biggie not gay, man. They gotta stop that. Leave Biggie alone.
Well, it's not that I never said that he was gay.
Not you. That's what's going on social media.
He said a lot of gay shit though. We gotta keep it real.
He said
a lot of gay shit that I wouldn't say. I don't think you would say. I don't think nobody here would say you look so good I suck on your daddy's dick. I'm sorry. No,
I ain't saying that.
He had a couple Transformers in a couple videos. Why back then?
That was Diddy doing that. He ain't got nothing to do with that.
Maybe it could have been
Diddy wrote that ball. Diddy wrote that ball too, man. We gotta blame Diddy on everything. Leave Brooklyn alone, man.
Diddy wrote that
ball. Listen, bro. I got an image. If that's me, I don't care about the label. Like, yo, listen, I got nothing against trans.
I ain't saying that.
That's not gonna be in my video. And I'm telling you what I would have told the label.
It was a figure of speech though on Biggie's, and he was just stupid enough to say some stupid shit like that. You know, Biggie was a comedian too. He was a funny nigga. So you know what I'm saying? So
then he said, I'll fuck RuPaul before I fuck them ugly escape bitches. No,
he's joking, but he's bugging for that.
No jokes like that, bro.
Yeah.
I would have took down all them ugly broads before.
I ain't even know he said that though. That was, you just told me that. I ain't gonna lie. It's the first time I'm hearing that,
he said
and I'm off that. All right, listen, forget I even brought Biggie up.
And when he said my nigga Gutter kidnapped, I don't know why Gutter let him put that shit out.
I'm not saying
I didn't like that neither.
I'm just saying he said mookish shit. He said shit that I would never, even if I was, that's an ill line, I would never say that.
Bro, that was Diddy that made him do that game. Look, it's out there.
No, look. My nigga Gutter
didn't make him do. I knew Big.
I'm only fucking around. I'm trying to defend him right now. I'm trying to defend him. I'm trying to hold him down.
I don't know, man, but Biggs ain't never come off on me like he's playing any type of them faggot games.
Right.
He was Jamaican.
Either, but
Jamaican niggas don't play like that.
But to say shit like that, to put that in there in your raps, like I'm just saying, like
I understand what you're saying, Lord. Like shit don't come to the hard man the lane is just not in your mind. It ain't in your thinking. Like when it come to cock, and I don't do sodomites. Like I can't get with that type of thinking. Like, so when it come to the Diddy shit, you come back out, I don't know how anybody gonna look at the man. I be just believing like society don't care about none of that shit. As long as he's rich, they'll just start all over again.
See, I was there at the city college shit. Was you at that shit, Ali?
No doubt. Yeah.
So I was there. We know a sister that got killed in that. Sister Sonia. So it was crazy when he had that shit, and like I think like 9 people might have died in that shit. I thought he was over back then. I thought there was no way that this guy was gonna bounce back after that shit. That nigga laid low for like a couple of months or some shit like that. I don't know. Maybe it could have been a year. I don't know how long it was, but all I know, when that motherfucker came back, he was new and improved, Puff Daddy, fucking bad boy, and all this crazy shit was going. I was like, how the fuck did he do this after he got all those? He was responsible for all those people being killed. So again, we saying, oh, he got locked up for, just having a good time. Yeah, some of that I feel is karma for some of the shit that you got away with. Like the fucking murders of them people that in that fucking gymnasium when y'all closed the door and all them people got locked up in that shit right there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna speak on something, and just in knowing like what type of dude I felt like. I don't know when Biggs got the night Biggie got murdered. I was at that party, right in LA. Came back home from LA that Monday. The first person I went and seen was Jay-Z, and the first words I said to Jay was, "Yo, I think that nigga Diddy line Biggs up. That's not everything I love, bro." I thought that way. Soon as it happened, bro, when it happened, soon as I touched back New York, I said, "Yo," I went right to Jay, and the first thing I said to that man was, "Yo, fam, I think Diddy line Biggs up." That's how I felt. After I left LA, and the way everything just transpired. So, we don't know. I don't know. I don't control the unknown, but those is my thoughts 30 years ago. And then as the story transpired, and then you look at chase the money, go back, see from a hustler's perspective, we gonna go right to the money trail. Who gonna cash out when he get taken out? That's how I was thinking. So I already had my eye on Diddy a long time ago, just in knowing like, yo, that shit was weird. Certain circumstances. So, I mean, I don't have nothing too much to say. That dude's a sodomite, man. I got jumped by a security. So I had situations with him. When I tell my story, there was a situation where my house was burnt down. Me and my youth, I had babies, and it was 2:00 in the morning. And for me, I say it's Diddy. I say it was Diddy. And I used to argue with people back then, because they just look at you like, oh nah, you just going because he got the bag, but I'm going, nah, that's how you get down. And they'll look at you like you crazy. But when all that shit start coming out, now they'll give you benefit of the doubt that when 2 o'clock in the morning when that fire transpired in my crib and me and my kids had to run up out of there. Yeah, you might can say, oh, it was Diddy.
Yeah, now that you see he blowing up cars and shit like that, like, oh, okay. Because niggas, when you get money, that shit just gives you access to all kind of shit that you might have not even known existed. You know what I mean? He might have had some white dude like, yo, you're not gonna get somebody that'll blow up his fucking car for you if he really bothers you. Really? You know, yeah. You know what I mean? You just gotta have the bread. Like, and then so man.
He been in the building for a long time. So when you look at the timing and all the people that you come across, like back in the days, the first time I seen a honey on a roughie, how they was having the roofies or roughies. I was on tour with having them back in the days and in Miami. That's how I first seen the roofie. So when you look back and I go, yo, Diddy had like 30 years. 30 years in positioning and maneuvering and all that. That nigga sucked wild cock, bro. That nigga was sucking wild cock, wild white niggas off. And he
Yo.
can't, yo, he's so mad at himself for sucking so much cock and going so, like they had to break him. He's the one that got broken. So his mindset was, yo, before I give y'all anything, nigga, I'm gonna break y'all too. That's his mindset, bro.
Because they made him do
He
it, so
had
now
got
he gonna make
humiliated
him.
so bad that Diddy to me is almost like, nah, you can get this bag, but you're gonna go through some humiliation shit like I did. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, how do we at the end of the day, I think why this is being successful, right, is because everybody here, especially you, Hocus, you, Mula, you, Ali, y'all are people that have respect amongst your peers, amongst the people that, you know what I mean, that come in contact with you. And I think that's very important as far as, gotta almost start from the top down. Like they gotta see real live motherfuckers that they respect doing this shit in order to say, you know what, I could do it too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yo,
I know what he's made of. I know the cloth that he come from. And if he could do it, oh, I definitely could do it.
You know what, Lord Jamal? Just it's crazy because that you say that. The only people who's asking that question, so to speak, about me, well, he doing this because of this, is either the people that don't know me, that don't like me, or they just straight up haters, right? Because everybody that know me, rabbit hole, I got a whole community of thousands of people who know for the last 5 years of what I've been doing. You can't discredit me. A whole thousands of people is gonna come on and be like, no, hold on, not him. He's different. I know him, right? And then I got my people on the street. They know my heart. I got niggas. I was on the right asylum with those 4 years. I was on this same type of time. You can't discredit me. You can only ask the question because that's how you think in your mind. You want to find the flaw, but you can't. This is who I really am. You can't discredit me because it's just real, period. But I got a whole lot of people that's gonna be on the witness stand, like, no, not him. Like, y'all trying to say he's doing this because of this. Nah. So, like you said, yeah, I'm respected in my community,
Right, for sure. For
They
sure. He
keep
ain't
you
lying.
focused though, bro. The haters keep you focused and actually keep you even moving harder. So you somewhat you need that. It balances you out. Cause it can't be like, yo, everybody just on it. Or everybody, nah, you might need that. That'll just make
Yo,
you gotta keep going.
I ain't gonna lie. He changed my life, bro. Because if it wasn't for this, if I didn't have a purpose, I wouldn't. He gave me a purpose. He gave me something to live for. So at the same time, I've been doing music for years. I ain't never get nowhere with it, and I'm nice. But you know why? You can't sell drugs and do music. You can't be negative and do music. You have to pick one because one is gonna override the other. And it was always a negative overriding my music. Because I thought I had to be somebody that I wasn't no more. And Hocus was like, yo, man, I give y'all a challenge, man. And I accepted it, bro.
And
And my life has changed.
Not only is it drop my flag challenge, right? Because some people are like, oh, why did you say challenge? And why did you say drop it? Look, whatever y'all said, y'all should have said it. Why didn't you say it? Because whatever y'all was doing ain't been working, right? But I'm not going to harp on that. Not only is it drop my flag challenge, it's a challenge to drop your flag. So that's why we keeping it drop my flag challenge. That is a challenge within itself. That's what the real challenge is. It's not just like, oh, it's a drop my flag challenge, like you going on. No. It's a challenge to drop that flag.
Yo, you know
and
what
that's
else?
what you need to rhyme about.
Yeah, you know
Trust.
what else, bro?
Right. Nah, I got something like that in there
need
too.
To rhyme about where you at right now, where you been and where you going. You see what I'm saying? Let niggas know. When y'all rhyme and let niggas know, yo, I'm a real nigga, but this is where I'm at now, and this is where I want to take us. But you gotta do it in such an awful way. You see what I'm saying? As a rapper, if you tell your story like that, trust me. No,
Hocus.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna point out not only like it's like a solution. It gives them a like it could be a way out. So I look at that, the beauty of what you're doing. It's almost like a whole bunch of young people that was probably joined different organizations, different blood, whatever cliques they join. They might not really want to go be in it, and you give them a way out.
Yo, good brother.
Give everybody a way to just go, yo, man, that's a way out. That's a way to let them.
Facts. Yo, good brother. I used to wake up, right? What can I do for gang? Now I'm waking up. What can I do for the movement? You know what I'm saying? I'm giving it purpose. I want to, since I'm one of the first persons to drop their flag, me, Relly, shout out to Relly too. I love you, bro. So with that being said, right? Since I'm one of the first members to do it, I always was taught by an Irish lady, if you ain't gonna do a good job, don't do it at all. So I'm gonna live to this, man. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die doing positivity work for this movement. I don't care how famous I get. I will still go around the streets telling people, yo, what would you do positive for the youth? How do you feel about Drop Your Flag movement, man? How can you make a difference? How do you feel about gangs in New York? Everybody don't like it. You have people have certain opinions, but most people don't like it.
Keep doing that, bro. Keep doing that.
You know? And the ones who have the most powerful message are the ones that are fiends, homeless. They have the best message, bro. Hocus, promise you, bro.
Right.
They've been through the most shit, man. You know, and they all saying, don't do it, man. They come out of nowhere. I sent the video, Hocus, he posted it. He came out of nowhere, this one dude named Sid. I said, yo, if you could say something positive about the youth, nobody knows they're going on camera. He said, stop gangs.
He said, stay out of
gangs.
Looked
at me, stay out of gangs.
That's it. He ain't say nothing else.
Nothing else, not one word after. I said, when I turned the camera on, I said, yo, thank you, man. He said, stay out of gangs, man.
Wow. You know, when I was in LA, like I told you earlier, and I was like, yo, bro, I was telling my man Nardo and shit. Shout out my man Nardo. He was like, I said, yo, that gang shit's starting to come to New York right now. He was like, yo, tell them don't do it. He was like, let them niggas know, like, don't go down that road. Like, that ain't, you know what I mean? And he was like the king, you know what I mean, of his whole shit. Like, and he's like, tell them New York niggas don't go down that road. That ain't the fucking way. Like,
yo, you know what's crazy? Did you say that right? So I interviewed Malik Spellman and Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Shout out to him. He's an OG Compton Crip who's Tookie Williams' comrade, and Malik Spellman is an old school 5%er. He's from New York but moved to LA, you know, when he was young and been out there for like 30, 40 years or something like that. Long story short, he called me right after the interview. He said, Hocus, man, please keep doing what you're doing. He said, yo, I'm from New York. I've been out here. He said he been to over 350 funerals, all gang related. He said, yo, I'm telling you, New York is not ready for the gang culture like LA. It's not. He said, I'm from New York. I've been there. He said, y'all gang banging already, but the way the gang is not, we do not need it to spread over there. Keep doing what you're doing. Another thing that the gang members from LA, when I talk to them, what they tell me is that the gang injunction, see, that's why they really did the treaty, as the gang injunction, a law that they passed where they was doubling the time if you were a gang member. You get caught with a gun, 2 years, no 4. You get caught robbery, 4 years, no 8. They didn't do that to us yet. And I say yet, though, y'all not understanding. There's a lot of reasoning and a lot of reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing outside of the fact that, you know, it's the right thing to do. It's like, yo, when you sit and you think about it, bro, we have to. We are handing ourselves over to the criminal justice system. Donald Trump, they don't know. They know, okay, push the button, National Guard, go in, go get them, man. We ain't playing with these gangs. We gonna show it's a war to them. Like, we gonna show them we ain't playing. I'm like, yo, no, just stop before they come. Because once they come, it ain't no gang banging against the National Guard, my nigga. It's over.
It's done.
Can I ask you this? You talk to the guy, what's the brother, Casanova, who ended up getting that time. He got a lot of time with the Rico under the like
I didn't have
Casanova
to
2
talk.
times.
he's like one of the examples of just how they just use the law into giving picking up numerous guys and giving them them numbers. So I think I had
But I
seen
feel like
something
he's
in reference.
also an example of somebody who was in a position, right, where he
Yeah,
could have just straight went with the music shit, but he still wanted to fuck around with the street shit too. You see what I'm saying? You can't serve
Right,
fucking masters. You
right.
got to fucking choose what the fuck you want to do. Either you want to be into that street shit or you want to fucking do this music
that's
shit.
what bro just
They
said.
don't fucking coincide.
Everybody. We could go
Like,
down the line. Lil Durk, Young Thug,
Oh yeah,
YNW Melly. Should I keep
no
going?
doubt.
Like, everybody. You know what
maybe,
I mean?
and again, back in the days, maybe you could have intertwined the two. You can't do that shit no more. Everything that you
Nope.
think you could have did in the 80s and now it's 2025, motherfuckers. Like, stop trying to do the same shit that you saw, these niggas doing 30 something years ago. It's not
Yeah.
the same.
The
Now,
big homie.
gang culture
The
is
big,
more freestyle because you got young people that just like how he was saying, I'm just claiming something. And they're just, I said, now the game culture is more freestyle now.
yeah,
So it's hard to kind of have it where it's controlled anyway. It's the mindsets, you
yes.
know?
The big homie Gambino, right? He was the godfather of Sex Money Murder for years. He stepped down. He getting his law work. Yeah, he trying to come home. He been in it 30 years. He just actually
Wow.
posted him this morning. He did a drop. He called from prison to just to show. He's infamous in that blood culture. One of the first bloods in New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he called just so he could put the message out to the kids and the youth. But he been in there 30 years, man. And he said, yo. He said, don't be like me. He said, I ain't been shit. I've been in here 30 years. My stomach turned when he said, I ain't been shit. And he's an honorable, respectable man and powerful man still, his own right. But we don't know how someone is feeling when they're going through that internally. Listen, y'all, that are in gangs, the youth. Listen, man. Listen to Gambino. Listen to people like me. Listen to us. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to shoot at the brother, but you can't listen to people like Jim Jones when it comes to this type of subject. You can't. You have to listen to us because because it's more likely that you're gonna go in the direction that we went than you are gonna go in Jim Jones level. That's what I'm trying to say. It's more likely you're gonna end up like us. Okay, or
Right.
people that's not here, that's in the grave. So listen
Yeah.
to be 30 years. He been in it. Yo, they just gave K-So, that's Ace, Young and Ace, man. He just blew and got life. I don't think he got sentenced yet. I don't know. I'm not sure, but he just blew the body. More than likely looking at life or something to life. Like, yo, that's he gonna 30 years from now, he gonna be saying the same shit that Gambino just said, trying to put a message out to y'all. Y'all could drop it right now. And 30 years from now, you could be a successful big businessman. Shout out to Jojo Capone, my bro from Chicago.
Yo, not for now, Hocus. I was locked up with
Okay, hold on.
Gambino. I was locked. Okay, my bad. I thought you was done.
Real respectable. Jojo Capone. I'm gonna say this number land. He jumped in the comment section. He said, yo, he said, put down the flag and pick up a business, man. Put down the flag, pick up a business. This is the worst time ever in history to be a gang member. You don't have no resources that can go against this just the surveillance alone that you under. You go outside, you do a drill, they follow you to when you left your house, they rewind the tape. Okay, he's right here. The shooting happened here. Boom, they stop the tape. They rewinding it all the tapes till you come out your house and walk backwards and out the car and then into your building. Now they playing it back. You walk out your building.
I watched First 48. If I don't even know how they was solving crimes before these cameras, but that's how they solving all these.
Yeah, they was doing that shit before that.
Their job is easy. They like this, feet up. They like
this. Yeah. They don't gotta do shit.
I just want to say real quick, you got dudes doing like 30 years, 40 years life, right? But when you think about the time when they was out on the street, when they might have been getting it, none of them niggas was probably longer than 5 years, bro.
That's a fact. Yo, let me say something, Lord Jamal. I was locked up with Gambino. You hear me? I was locked up with that brother he talking about, Gambino. And let me tell you something, that dude would pop most young dudes in basketball. And it was a shame when you look at him in the yard playing ball, like, damn, this dude, he's the notorious prisoner. Everybody knew who he was. Humble, Shake your hand humbly, respectful. And I just want to say this to the record. If I didn't drop my flag, I wouldn't be able to make a difference. Look what they did to King Tone. Look how he was on camera and they just boycotted him. You understand what I'm saying? And then now with my right-hand man getting murdered, I heard King Tone say in the funeral, I wasn't there, but I heard about it. We're going to keep killing each other, man. What are we doing? I know if a man like that, King Tone's listening to me, man, we could spread a better message to the youth, man. We don't have to, you can still stand up, bro. This is still kind of your situation, bro. You can still tell these guys to stop what they doing, man. It needs to stop, bro.
That's big facts.
I just want to share this with y'all. I always say, like, yo, the truth don't hurt, it helps. And most people don't want to give it to them, right? On this, I have a little movement, the stiff movement, which says no one wants to get shot. That's just facts. I say, yo, I can pose a question to a full stadium of people and say, who want to get shot? It's quiet. Ain't nobody gonna want to get shot. So why we won't? It's almost like, so why we won't stop? These are just things that a reality of what, we trying to push out to the universe, little just consciously growing and tools to help them.
Yeah, man, I agree.
To help them.
I agree with you.
Well, listen, I think we've definitely covered a lot of ground on this. This was a great fucking show. I encourage everybody to follow these gentlemen on Instagram, Hocus 45th on IG. Trust.Mula on IG.
Trust.Love.
Ali _ Guns of God _ on IG. Yeah, I'm gonna put y'all send me y'all's cash apps and shit. I'm gonna put y'all cash app in the fucking description and all that type of shit so that people can support y'all various movements and what y'all doing. And yeah, everybody just stay on that positive path. And I'm here for y'all. I fucks with y'all. And just keep doing what y'all doing, man. Thank y'all.
Thank you so much. God bless you, man. I love you, brother.
I love you.
Be good, brother. Nice meeting you, Ali, man. Thank you, brother. God, it was a block. I'm gonna go follow you, baby. Love you, man.
Lord, I holler.
Yes, sir.
Lord, love you, brother. Thank you.
At the end of the day, it's about these babies, y'all. You know what I mean? So we just trying to save the babies. And sometimes for people that's just a slogan that they say, but y'all are definitely putting that into activation and into material form. And I thank y'all.
Love. Yes, bro. Oh, yeah.
Peace. All right, y'all. Listen. Y'all see what it is. I definitely felt like it was important to have these brothers on today. Y'all definitely watch this show back, send it to some people. I'm gonna chop it up and all that and get the best parts out there and do what the fuck we do. Once again, damn, Shelly. Sheesh. I love you, sister. I really appreciate you. I really do. But I appreciate every single one of y'all. Devin McCrory, Heck 9, Teacher Maria, The Real Rod the Pro, Chantel T. Thank you all. About to be out of here. Go get me some dinner. You know what it is. I will see y'all probably next week. Unless I feel like coming back tomorrow. Whatever the case, y'all stay safe. Have a great rest of your week. I'm not sure what's for dinner. I'm gonna figure it out. Might order something. I don't know. Until then, that's right. A1 Drizzly, flat power. And we out. Hey!